and WMIXSports.com is powered by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by Buffalo Wild Wings, Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. One-stop flooring America in Mount Vernon. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. First Mid-Illinois Bank, Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And also by Minor League of Salem, Santerra Bank. Banking with local style. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Schmidt Ford of Salem. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. And People's National Bank. We take you to the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com as we welcome you into the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth tonight from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. It's the Mount Vernon Rams who are 0-1 against the Charleston Trojans, who got a win last week over Rantoul. They are 1-0 coming into tonight. We'll talk about this matchup. We'll talk about all of this coming up on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo, Hunter Schrader, Avery Barton on site. Chris Mayberry is back at the Mount Vernon studio where, as we have the Mount Vernon Rams in front of us warming up on the field, we take a look at a team that lost to Taylorville last week 35-0. We did talk about that on last week's Saturday Sports Show with Mark Goodhart. But, Danny, as we look at this team in front of us, we saw some bright spots defensively last week, even though the score was 35-0. We see a Rams team that just needs some more experience and maybe then can turn a corner.
Well, they're going to have to turn a corner after the friendly confines of J.D. Shields the first 2 weeks. The corner will turn, and they'll head to Troy, Illinois next week to take on a very good Triad team. On the schedule for a couple of years now, where Mount Vernon has had no problems with Charleston, but I think that stops this year as this Charleston team has a different swagger about them after getting a win last weekend at home.
They most certainly do. We talked about the game last week with Mark Goodhart, but not for very long. We immediately focused on week 2. That's where we are tonight from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have that interview with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Mark Goodhart coming straight at you. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Steve Downs, Vice President of Agricultural Lending with Community First Bank. Operating your farm operation is extremely challenging in today's farm economy. Your operation needs a solid partner that understands the issues you face while providing solutions that make sense for you. At Community First Bank, we're dedicated to meeting the needs of local farmers just like you. Give me a call today at 618-244-3000 to see how we can help with your farming operation. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ida. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
B-Dubs presents B-Dubbing.
This is it, folks. Everyone's on the edge of their
Stools for happy hour at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Here's the snack. He drops back.
For great deals.
And throws.
A domestic draft.
Smith says,
$4 shareables like street tacos and Southwest loaded chips.
what a throw. What a tag. What a...
Happy hour. Experience happy hour at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Participation and offers vary. See a participating location for details. Void where prohibited.
Watch the Rams online at WMIXSports.com. Powered by Red Lake College.
Welcome back to your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. The Mount Vernon Rams, Charleston Trojans set to do battle tonight. But first, before we get to that here on WMIX, or for those of you watching at WMIXSports.com, we talked with Mount Vernon Rams head football coach Mark Goodhart. We did that this past Saturday morning, as we always do on the Saturday Sports Show. We talked about the positives from last week. 35-0 loss, but there were tremendous amounts of positives from last week's game. So why talk about it now when we can talk about it with Mark Goodhart as we did this past Saturday morning? Here is that interview with Coach Goody.
Good morning.
You know, I take a look last night. I know, obviously, if you wanted to focus on the score and look at things that way, you could. But from what I took away, we knew Taylorville coming in was going to be a team that was going to be stacked up front offensively, a team that returned quite a bit of experience on defense, a sophomore quarterback that looked anything but like a sophomore. But we knew that was a good team coming in. At the same time, I feel like we did see a lot of bright spots out of your Rams last night.
We did. There were some amazing what we were doing, and I'm really proud of them. You know, it's difficult to start a season 2 plays in, 3 plays in, and your starting nose guard snaps his tibia. So that was a little tough to overcome. Start the season.
And I think we saw the utmost resiliency out of your team last night. You're right, 3 plays in, and I mean, to the point that there's a delay for an ambulance to have to be called and things of that nature, and then they bounced back, and it was just a case where I felt like with a lot of the kids, we saw a never say die attitude. We saw, especially, I was impressed, and I know DC was as well. He pointed it out. The secondary, many times, I mean, we saw a lot of bright spots and flashes of brilliance from them. Especially with tackling. I saw a hard-hitting Rams team last night defensively, and a lot to build upon as we head toward week 2.
Well, we're just trying to bring back some toughness, and they're coming along. It's a slow process when you're trying to change an atmosphere, a culture. It's going to take a little while.
When you look at your team effort last night, even though the game did not come out the outcome that you would have liked, obviously, I felt also, too, besides the secondary, the effort of the team was continuous and persistent the entire evening. It didn't seem that anybody gave up or quit, no matter who was coming in, senior through sophomore in that game. So you had to be proud of that fact that your team competed for the entire 4 quarters.
Yes. You know, there's a group of kids that even when you're down by so much. I mean, they just did not want to come out of the game. They just kept on playing, and I'm proud of how they responded in that situation. You know, in years past, you'd get down by a score or 2, and man, the heads would just hang. The kids didn't want to go in, and I'm proud of them. They really stepped up, even with such a deficit.
Well, and of course, not talking much more about Taylorville. Obviously, it was what it was, and we did see some great things to build upon, like we said. But now, already, the focus has to shift to the Charleston Trojans, who come in 1-0. They beat Rantoul last night, but it's a Charleston team that was kind of under fire, if you will, over the past few weeks. They had their head coach, who just started last year. He kind of abruptly quit right as practice began. They hired their new head coach, somehow get a win last night. And for Charleston, it was kind of a team that was in limbo, if you will. They come to town on Friday night. What do we know about the Trojans?
Well, we're in film exchange right now, so we're going to get busy and see what they have to offer. You know, it's when a coach leaves like that, you can either bury your head or you can come out fighting, and that's what they're going to do. And we've got to get things figured out. Charleston's not a team that we are going to take lightly. And last year we had a weather situation, 4th quarter, and we wrapped it up. Didn't even finish the game last year. And so they're coming to town, and we're going to get busy and see what we can do to hang some things up.
What does it take? What will it take for the Rams on Friday night? I mean, having looked at last night, and knowing now it's a much different team than what we saw. Much different team coming in Friday night than what we saw last night. What will it take for the Rams to be 1-1 this time next Saturday?
Well, we are going to have to string some plays together. Those bright spots have to be bright down the series and turn those series into quarters. And we can definitely do that. We just gotta get a pretty good game plan set, and we have to execute it. And I know I am ready to get this going. Sunday meeting. I know as an assistant coach, there were times I kind of dreaded. The Sunday meeting, had all my data and stuff put in. I can't wait for Sunday to get here so we can get this plan executed.
Oh, no doubt about it. Certainly excited about the possibilities of Friday night. The Charleston Trojans coming to town, 7 o'clock kickoff at J.D. Shields at Memorial Stadium. Final question this week, as always, it is the WMIX Sports social media question. With the new Coin State Fair kicking off this weekend, it brings us the smell of foods from the fair that we like to indulge in. It also inspires the question this week, which is, What is your favorite type of beef jerky?
Man, I don't eat beef jerky.
What?
I don't. That's it. Hey, that's one of those. That's one of those. Hey, you see that dry piece of meat there? I'm thinking, no, not for me.
No beef jerky. Wow. It surprises me, but at the same time, it doesn't.
Hey, I need that thick steak, medium rare.
Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Coach, we're excited about Friday night. The Charleston Trojans coming to town. Of course, 6:30 will be our pregame. We're looking forward to it. Thank you for your time this morning. Of course, we'll do it again next week, but we'll see you on Friday night, most importantly.
Thank you, Hugo.
That was Mark Goodhart on the Saturday Sports Show this past Saturday morning. You can find the archive right here on our website at WMIXsports.com. We talked about the week that was. We looked to the week ahead, and that week ahead is here, right here tonight. We have more Landers Collision Center's pregame show coming up. The Vernon Rams, Charleston Trojans, set to do battle. It's 2 straight for the Rams, looking to make it 3 straight tonight. They won big in 2014 and won a storm-shortened affair in Charleston last year, 28-0. We'll tell you how they can do that tonight, how they can come away 1-1. Coming up on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back to your Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. This is Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
Do you have 2 nights free a week? Take to the skies with Rendlake College's new drone program. These unmanned aircraft systems are making waves in a number of industries, from agriculture to videography to search and rescue. Just 3 short classes taken 2 evenings a week get you an occupational certificate. Grads can test to become a certified drone pilot through the FAA. For more info, call 618-437-5321, extension 1261, or log on to rlc.edu. Rendlake College, your journey starts here.
Celebrate freedom with the Ford Freedom Sales Event going on now. Hi, Roy Schmidt with Ford Square, Mount Vernon. Own your Ford now and pay no interest for 72 months. From Ford Fiesta to the Ford Super Duty F-Series trucks, you will receive 0% for 72 months with approved credit, plus take an additional $1,000 off especially marked models. Make history with breakthrough features you will only find on the 2016 Ford F-150, like Pro Trailer Backup Assist, where the truck will back the trailer up for you. On Ford F-150 Limited, you will find the most advanced features ever, like the 10-way power adjustable driver and passenger seat, 360-degree camera with split-screen display, power locking tailgate with remote release, and stowable loading ramp. Now is the time to own the most advanced, safest F-150 ever built. Drive yours today at Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, and online at FordSquare.com.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com, live video streaming tonight of the Mount Vernon Rams and the Charleston Trojans. High school football is set to kick off in about 20 minutes or so from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Only, however many games remain from the stadium this year. Allegedly going to move back to the new place next year. So we'll see what happens there. But right now in front of us, we'll have the Rams and the Trojans tonight. The Rams own 2 straight wins over Charleston, and in fact, trying to make it 3 straight tonight. But this will be the first time, at least according to the forecast, in this new series that rain or storms will not have been a factor, as we see sunny skies right now.
Clear skies in this series for the first time. The previous one, the first time they played here, the game was finished on a Saturday. Last year, we arrived back into King City after midnight. Due to the fact there was a storm delay up in Charleston, they finally called the game with Mount Vernon leading 40-6 at some point. So this game here will be played in its entirety, at least we hope. And weather factors shouldn't be a problem. It's a gorgeous evening for football and clear sky. Fans still trying to troll into the stadium here for the start of this one at 7 o'clock.
Well, and we see a Charleston team here tonight. We know what the Rams did last week, but for the Charleston Trojans, they beat a Rantoul team 14-6. I believe they had lost 17 straight before that. It was an 0-9 season last year for Chucktown. And for the Trojans, they snapped that losing streak, get a big win last week, and try to make it 2 in a row tonight in front of their new head coach.
Well, a different change. Of course, this Charleston team, their head coach, Tim Hogan, 0-9 in his first year, resigned the first day of practice, said, I'm done. So Mr. Hanner comes in and takes over. He's hired the Tuesday before, which is last Tuesday before the first game officially, and snaps his 17-game losing streak. and that was their first win since August 29th of 2014. So the quarterback spot, I think for Charleston, they're still trying to find their way. The running backs are experienced though. They're the ones of the veterans of the team, and nothing more than Bryce Frederick going 28 carries, 130 yards last week for Rantoul. The offensive line and defensive line are quick but scrappy, and they're going to battle you and get you down the field no matter how. And I think this is a Charleston team, as we talked before coming on the air, had a little different vibe to them coming into J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium here tonight.
Well, very different vibe from this team. It's a team that's not that far removed from a nice run in the postseason, losing in the second round to Rochester in 2012. We remember that team. They had some stars on it, but we look at this team in front of us. Obviously, different coaches since then, just different facets to the offense and to the defense. But for the Mount Vernon Rams, important to get this one here tonight because you don't know when your next opportunity may come. And it's a team we saw lose 35-0 last week. But again, we did see those bright spots, and hopefully for more bright spots tonight.
I think that's the thing. You got to add bright spots to bright spots. I think some of the keys, as we'll talk about later, is you've got to get some consistency going, especially on the offensive side of the football. You can't expect to score 40, 50 points. I think mostly you got to be expecting to get multiple first downs in a row, get the ball down the field a little bit, not just go 3 and out or get a first down and then punt. You got to get some consistency going on the offensive side of the football.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll set week 2. We'll set the table for week 2 around Southern Illinois. We'll do that coming up next on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We'll take that break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
I can't thank you enough for being part of our family for nearly 30 years. Hi, this is Roy Landers with Landers Automotive Corporation. For decades, you've helped us to provide the best collision repair service imaginable. And thanks to our dedicated employees and my son Chase's continued involvement, we look forward to many more.
Hi, this is Chase Landers. Thanks to a commitment to quality and continued innovation from my dad, we can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. We continue to be committed to lifetime warranties and free premium detailing for the life of your vehicle.
Maintaining long-lasting relationships with your insurance company, dedicated employees who have become our family, using high-quality paint, and offering free details for the life of your vehicle are all what have made Landers the best.
And don't forget, we offer limited lifetime warranties on paint and labor. Big or small, Landers fixes them all.
Landers Automotive Corporation in Mount Vernon and Salem. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Bad credit, no problem. Auto Mart of Salem is here to help. Auto Mart of Salem is your local shop here, pay here headquarters. Quality cars, vans, SUVs, and trucks in stock now. All credit applications are accepted. Shop here and pay here at Auto Mart of Salem, 1819 West Main, Salem, Illinois. Shop online at automartofsalem.com or call us at 618-548-8611.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
Back on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show in the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as we take a look at week 2 around Southern Illinois, primarily what we call the Big 3 conferences. And first in the South 7, obviously we've talked about Charleston and Mount Vernon here tonight, but as we take a gander around Friday night games in the South 7, we do have Morton at Centralia. The Morton Potters, a team 0-9 last year. Good get for Centralia week 2.
Well, that game will start at 7:10. Just got word they played the JV game before that varsity contest tonight. So that game will start at 7:10. Expect Centralia to run to 2-0 before they head next week on the road to play these Charleston Trojans.
Other Friday night game in the conference, Dunlap travels to Marion. The Marion Wildcats, a 1-point loss on the road last week, 35-34 to Haywood County, Tennessee. They return home opener. Dunlap comes to town.
Well, and that's the thing. Dunlap makes a long trip journey south from the Peoria area to take on Marion as their geographical tour all over the state continues. And then Galesburg will roll into Marion next week. Marion should be a favorite tonight and probably a favorite next week as well at home before they head into conference play week 4.
Carbondale Terriers' nice win last Saturday against the Murfreesboro Red Devils. They stay home. They have Granite City that was supposed to have been tonight. Now it's Saturday.
Yeah, waterline break in Carbondale canceled school across the city, and they will not have the football game tonight. They'll have to move it to tomorrow night as Planet Granite will make their way to Jackson County for the first time in a long time, if ever.
They certainly will. Saturday games, we'll have the national anthem coming up in a moment, but Cahokia welcomes St. Louis Sumner. Althoff welcomes Helios out of Jeff City Mo. We'll talk about that all coming up on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We'll break for the anthem. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
When it comes to banking, Banterra is the change you want to make. I'm Jeff Speed, Market Executive for Banterra, and you should know that our top priority is personal service. It's why Banterra is the region's largest locally owned community bank. We offer convenient online and mobile banking, mobile check deposit, online mortgage services, and have 25 Southern Illinois branches to serve you. Banterra Bank, proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It happens every busy summer. You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 3.5 decades. Honest, fair deals. Nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties, free approval over the phone, and bank rate financing for all. Stop by and talk to Jimmy and the fine folks to see how they can literally save you up to thousands on the total price of your vehicle. Absolutely no gimmicks, just honest deals and low prices. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXSports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
WMIXSports.com. Privileged to be here with you for the Mount Vernon Rams and the Charleston Trojans.
Salem is your local shop here, pay here headquarters. Quality cars, vans, SUVs, and trucks in stock now. All credit applications are accepted. Shop here and pay here at Auto Mart of Salem, 1819 West Main, Salem, Illinois. Shop online at automartofsalem.com.
WMIXSports.com, the Mount Vernon Rams and the Charleston Trojans doing battle here tonight. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We were talking about Week 2 games around Southern Illinois, still in the South 7 Conference. Two teams playing tomorrow, the Althoff Crusaders and Helios, Missouri out of Jefferson City, Missouri. That's a tough matchup for Althoff, but a tough team are the Crusaders.
Yeah, a tough team. Althoff has a lot back, a lot of stuff going for the Crusaders heading into this year. And big points last week against Collinsville. Expect the same this week, as that's a tough matchup, but with Althoff at home, that will be a Crusader favored win.
Cahokia had a big win over Highland last week. They welcome St. Louis Sumner tomorrow.
Yeah, Highland with a big loss to Cahokia. Cahokia playing with a little momentum. Be tough tomorrow with Sumner coming in at 4 o'clock, but Cahokia maybe 2-0 when this is said and done. Got to be impressed with what they did last week beating Highland.
As we take a look at other matchups around the area here this weekend, we have River to River, some crossover matches. Sparta travels to Benton tonight. Benton a disappointing 0-1 after facing a good Carterville team a week ago.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Benton really offensively last week didn't really do much, and Carterville took them out of the game both Friday and Saturday. Rangers at home against Sparta, favored to win, but maybe not by as many as someone would think.
And then, of course, also in the River to River, skip that one. We'll go to Carterville at Heron. I'll talk about that second one on the matchup. But the Carterville-Heron we talked about this past Saturday, one where we said they should have been playing all along, and they're back on each other's schedules this year.
Well, it should have been. It took a playoff game to get it done a couple years ago, but now Carterville will play now every week here in Week 2, and Carterville will go to Heron first to the Graveyard. Be interesting to see how Carterville plays on the road against a team probably just a little bit bigger than they are, which is unusual in the River to River.
Well, and then, of course, we talk about Harrisburg and DuQuoin. That was the one I skipped over for those of you wondering what I did and why. But we look at Harrisburg-DuQuoin tonight, a pair of teams. Harrisburg, a tough loss last week on Saturday to Mount Carmel, shut out in that one, and they look to get off that snide tonight.
Well, looking to get off that snide, Harrisburg team that got beat by a lot of big plays last week. Mount Carmel was able to get a lot of things done offensively to 3 or 4 big plays. DuQuoin at home last week beat a scrappy Massac County team, and they're 1-0 under A.J. Hill.
That they are. Other games, West Frankfort at Pinckneyville should be a good one tonight.
West Frankfort, Pinckneyville should be interesting. Frankfort might actually be the favorite to snap that long losing streak as Pinckneyville struggled last week with Redbud.
Also have Massac traveling to Nashville, one we haven't seen on the schedule in quite some time, if at all.
Well, Massac-Nashville should have been playing a long time ago in the River-to-River crossover that I've always hoped for. But Massac, of course, last week gave DuQuoin all they wanted at home and make the long trip to Washington County and play a Nashville team that had to win down the stretch in the final seconds against Carlisle. We'll see if the Hornets could go to 2-0 before Nashville will head out on the road to Trenton-Westland next week.
AJ in Murfreesboro. Murphy returns home. Disappointing loss last week for the Red Devils as they welcome the Cats.
You better believe Murphy's going to be bitter this week at home after losing as a favorite at Carbondale. The Terriers got them at the end, and you better believe Coach Carter's going to have Murphy ready to go. But Coach Dietering and Anna 1-0 after beating a scrappy West Frankfort last week, so it'll be interesting to see who responds best here in Week 2.
Black Diamond Conference play tonight. Top of the list alphabetically. Carmi is at Edwards County. Carmi, I believe, coming off of a win. Edwards County off of a tough shutout to SVWW.
Well, it is, and of course, Carmi knocked off CZR, and it's one of those deals where we're going to Edwards County. Edwards County's first home game in the BDC. Edwards County may not have enough bullets in the arsenal tonight to beat Carmi. Carmi will go to 2-0 if they don't look ahead too far to that big matchup with El Dorado next week.
Chester without a head coach as they welcome Hamilton County. Of course, just for this game, they were without a head coach, but Hamilton County makes the long jaunt to Chester. Chester's still the favorite.
Chester is still the favorite. I think no matter who's there, Chester can pull some things through. You know, Hamilton County's going on the road. The Foxes try to end a losing streak again here in week number 2.
Fairfield travels to CZR. CZR tried not to start 0-2, but the Fairfield Mules knocked off Chester last week. They're certainly rolling early.
Yeah, Mules won big at home. Now starting another week 1 winning streak over the years, and they'll still get that win, and now will be a favorite on the road at Span Field down Christopher.
Vienna Goreville travels to Johnson City. No reason not to think Johnson City a prohibitive favorite there. Home opener for the Indians, and of course coming off that big win against Hamco last week.
Shouldn't be a problem for Johnson City tonight. VG might give them a little bit early, but Dan Mings have been working on getting off to a better start here in week 2 after their start in Hamilton County last week. So look for the Indians to be favored in that one.
Bear Watch 2016, SVWW, after the big win, shutout variety last week, travels to El Dorado. Many put them at the top of the conference heap here in 2016.
And that's the thing. SVWW got a good win against Edwards County last week at home. This will be a lot different test for the Red Devils and John Shadowins this week in Saline County. As El Dorado, again, one of the teams looked at as a favorite that can win the Black Diamond Conference.
Landers Collision Center's pregame show, big or small. Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888 Landers. As we take a look at tonight's game, it's the Mount Rams 0-1. The Charleston Trojans 1-0. They beat Rantoul 14-6 last week. Rams looking to get to 1-1. What are some keys to tonight's game?
I don't think you can take Charleston for granted. In previous years, Mount Vernon could come in and take them for granted. Not a problem. We're going to have no problems get this win. Can't do that. You can't do that with this Charleston team. New coach, new thing, new in town. Tyler Hanner's 1-0, and he's got a lot of momentum, a lot of vibe there in Charleston going on. Number 2, the offense needs to find a rhythm. I think obviously you got to string together some first downs, run that clock, get some first downs, and move the ball down the field. You can't go 3 and out, and you can't go 1 first down and punt. That will not work. And number 3, part of that offense is you have to crawl, then you walk, then you run as a human. And the football for this Rams offense, you got to gain yards, get first down, run the clock, and then score. You got to do those little things first before you can rack up some points here in this ball game.
No doubt about it. Those are your keys to tonight's games. WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Hunter Schrader, Avery Barton on site tonight. Chris Mayberry back at the Mount Vernon studio. Your WMIX sports team tonight. We'll keep you updated on all the scores from around the area tonight, both on the air. And then we'll also have them on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports. Facebook and Instagram will both have content tonight as well. Wherever we may be social media speaking, you can find us at WMIX Sports. So there we go.
The sun's setting in the west.
Boy,
it can't set any faster. What a gorgeous night it is. But when a football field runs north and south and the press box is on the east side of the field, the sun cannot get down any faster. And on a clear night here in the King City in the opening first 2 weeks, we're looking right dead into the spotlight.
And we will still be in the same situation week 4. When the Altop Crusaders come to town, that'll be the next Rams home game. Next week, Rams on the road at Triad. We'll have the Rams and Knights right here, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We'll have your streaming video, 6:30. Will be your pregame next week as we travel to Troy for the Rams and Triad. That one was a lopsided series in favor of the Rams from the start, but Triad's been able to win some games. I can't remember. I think 08 might have been the last time the Rams beat Triad. It's been a while, but so the Rams will look to try to get one tonight and then try to make it 2 in a row next week.
Well, you better get one here. You can't worry about next week. It's going to be tough enough next week the way it is to go over there and try to win. And it is not easy for Mount Vernon over the next few weeks. If you do not get this one, you got to go to Troy. You come home to play state-ranked Althoff. You're going to go to Marion, which is never easy on pink out night. And then you got to go to Carbondale. We know how that series works. You just never know which way that's going to go. So this is not an easy stretch of ball games after tonight. Tonight is really not easy either.
No, it certainly is not. This is Charleston team again. Tyler Hanner, the head coach, longtime staff member. Teaches math, if I'm not mistaken, at Charleston High School, so he's at least in the district as well. And so had the interim tag over the rest of the summer as the previous head coach, Coach Hogan, had quit the day before practice began. So Tyler Hanner's interim tag, I believe, was, if I'm not mistaken, removed just a few days before the start of the season.
Tuesday before. Yeah, Tuesday before happened, and he's been on the staff. He's been through a lot with this program, the ups and the downs and everything else, and it's one of those deals where he gets that opportunity to be the head coach now, probably waited and served his time and done those things well that he needs to do.
So there you go. We'll have the start of this one coming at you at WMIX, WMIXsports.com from the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. Rams Athletics on your radio, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Check out the One account. It's free checking, high-yield interest. Community First Bank of the Heartland, Jefferson County's market leader with 5 Jefferson County branches with responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank, welcome back to Personal Banking. Sun's going to be an issue to start, at least for the spectators here on the east side. Not as many that were here on opening night last week, but those that came out are here in support of the Rams. Not a big crowd on hand from Charleston. It is somewhat of a long drive, about an hour and a half down I-57, barring any road construction, which they should be taking the weekend off for the Labor Day holiday, so it should have been relatively easy to get down there. So for the Trojans, they will have the opening kickoff. The Rams will have it to start the second half, and it looks like Charleston has a few options as far as returners, but trying to determine who is down there. Can't see that well. Looks like Ridge Boyer is the near man. The far man looks to be Kevin Beard. So about to get it away from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Here tonight as the Rams, the kickoff will be from Jeremiah Fitzgerald. Kicker for the Rams. Rams are in their home blacks, white trim. Right, numerics rather trimmed in orange. Orange trim on the sleeves, matte black helmets, while the Trojans, gold pants, white tops. Red numerics trimmed in gold and red helmets here tonight. The Rams and Trojans about to kick off from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Get started about 2 minutes late tonight. Both returners for the Trojans as they go right to left, stand about the 10-yard line on the hashes. We have a lefty kicker. Here it comes. It'll be end over end as it hits the ground. Bounces up at about the 25-yard line. Return will go to the right side, past the 35, near the 40, brought down finally. I think the returner was actually Drew Schrader. No relation, different spelling. 11:53 to go here in the first quarter underway. No score at Mount Vernon as Charleston has it 1st and 10.
They were a run-dominant team last week with Frederick leading the way. We'll see how Charleston comes out in this deal here tonight on this opening drive. They have the Oregon-type color of red on the helmets, that funky color, all plain, and the USC look with the stripes on the pads. Spread set.
3 to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for the quarterback, Justin Wilson. Sun in the eyes, hard for us to see up here in the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth, but dropping back to pass is a 2-step drop, looking downfield to the right side, just out of the reach of the split right receiver. Number 24, Griffin Green, can't come up with it, overthrown by about 3 yards near the 30-yard line in Mount Vernon territory. It falls incomplete, 11:48 to go in the first quarter. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Trojans here very early from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium as the Rams and Charleston are underway.
Kind of interesting that last week Taylorville opened up with the same play down the right sideline. Went deep and worked on the cornerback from Mount Vernon. The receiver had 2 steps on it. The quarterback just overshot him by about 3 yards.
Looks like an eye set now for the quarterback under center. Split right, split left. And the snap looks like it's going to be an inside handoff going up the right side for number 23, Bryce Frederick. He's not going to get much on the play, if he got any at all.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd down, 11:40 to go in the first, still scoreless.
Right side line for Charleston that time. Somebody blew an assignment up there, did not get the first level out of the way, and thus the Ram defender is able to get in and make an easy tackle. If that defender is picked up as should be by the end there on the offensive line for Charleston, the gain goes a little further than rather a 0-yard gain.
They'll split 2 off to the left. It's Griffin Green and Bryce Frederick. Single back set with the fullback out of the shotgun for the quarterback. 2 split to the right for the Trojans. It's 3rd and 10 from their own 37-yard line, far hash. 2-step drop, back to pass, looks to the left side. Pass will be broken up. Clean play by Brandon Rutherford, the safety, as it was intended for Tony Gilbert. And just like that, it's 4th and 10 for Charleston, 11:04 to play.
Yeah, it seems that Charleston this starting week 2 coming out throwing the ball a little bit. relying on their defense. Last week their defense held Rantoul to a total of 99 yards. We'll see if that is a good Rantoul team or a team that is looking at 0-9 again this year.
11:04 to go in the first quarter. 4th and 10 for the Trojans. Back to punt, Tanner Coffey. For Charleston, the Rams have a man back to return at about their own 35-yard line. The lefty boot going to come between the hashes. It'll take a bounce. It'll take a Ram bounce, actually, past the 40, now down to about the 44-yard line, where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. 10:55 to play first quarter. Good defensive series for the Rams, and I don't think that may have been the Charleston Rantoul saw last week.
Yeah, that's not it, and now we'll see how Mount Vernon goes about their business against a smallish-sized defense that Charleston lays out here in 2016.
So we'll get a look at the Rams offense, led by the quarterback Brandon Rutherford tonight. New starter in the lineup as far as running backs, number 47, J.T. McElroy, the junior, getting a start tonight. 5'7", 155. Split left and right, and this Ram offense actually just split to the right. Diamond T set. The run is going to go on an inside handoff up that far hash. Gets a few on the play. Might have gotten to about the 47. Did not see the ball carrier. Might have been McElroy, as it'll be a gain of about 2 or 3, and it'll bring up 2nd down for the Rams. It's actually Isaiah Dameron on the carry. My apologies, number 2.
A little tough to see here
It's
right
a guessing
now. We're
game.
about 5 minutes away from that sun getting to a point of getting out our eyeballs.
Wiley split to the right side for the Rams. They'll be tight left. Out of this Diamond T set, the quarterback will be under center. That is Brandon Rutherford, the senior. Made a nice play defensively a moment ago. He'll go handoff this time up to the right side. Gage Burrows, it would appear. Flag on the play, maybe a face mask. He gets to the 49-yard line, a gain of 2, but could be a gain of a lot more with the flag.
Let's see what it is. It has all the pickings of a face mask, but it also could be in the area of holding as well. No gain. It's a face mask. We'll see how many yards this will tack up.
With 10:14 left in the first quarter, and the ball moving for the Rams. No score yet. It was a 3-and-out for the Trojans to start after the kickoff. Great defensive series for the Rams. I don't believe Charleston gained a single yard. So the Rams get a 1st down via the penalty flag. 10:14 to play in the first quarter. The ball will be spotted at the Charleston 46-yard line. Between the hashes, 1st and 10. Split to the right side. Slot man each side. Man in motion for the Rams. This is going to be Sechrist. He'll get it to the right side on a sweep. Gets to about the 45-yard line. Long way to gain 1. 2nd and 9 for the Rams on the number 6 carry.
Couple things there. The receiver for Mount Vernon didn't take his defender down and push him down the field. It allowed him to turn the corner. And a good play by the defensive guy, the cornerback for Charleston, to fight off that block and shed him and make the tackle for a 1-yard gain. The edge was there. It's just that the wide receiver has to push that guy down the field using that footwork to help guide him down there.
9:40, make that 9:30 now to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Rams. Ball on the Charleston 45, near hash spot. The Rams move left to right as you look at your radio on WMIX. Rutherford now. Spread out somewhat, but a quick handoff. Gage Burrows. Actually going to be a loss on the play. Ran into a wall of Trojans. In on the tackle, Bryce Frederick. The fullback turned a defensive back. Makes the tackle, 3rd and 9.
And I think that's what you're going to see and read about the Charleston Trojans is the fact that they're not a very big group on either side of the ball, but they're a very scrappy outfit, and you can tell they've been in the weight room. The big arms, the upper body, they're just not a very big overall. You're not going to see strapping 250-pound guys running around. So they use their speed and their quickness to kind of pester you defensively.
They certainly do. 8:45 to play in the first. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside WMIX, WMIXsports.com. As we see this play out from more of a shotgun for the Rams. Looking for the quick pass out in the flat, complete to the left side. Looking for some yardage. Good shake by the target. It was complete. Sun in my eyes. Can't see the intended target, but it was a catch, and it'll bring up, I think that was Scarborough on the
got
catch.
about 3 yards. Little inside dump, trying to get something going off the in the flat in the slot. Nothing there. Charleston was all over it.
See what the Rams decide to do here. Fourth and 4 for Mount Vernon, trying to threaten. Video back up on WMIXsports.com. They're going to go for it here. Maybe open it up a little bit more with the passing game. Split to the right, one man in the slot. Left side split for the Rams here. Single back set for the quarterback. The lefty looking downfield to the right. That is a slant play. Pass is incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, pass wasn't there. The coverage was tight, thick, nowhere to throw it, and that's a problem there, and that's the case, and Mount Vernon will turn it over on downs.
Redbridge pass, incomplete.
And that's tough because now you're going to give Charleston pretty good field position.
Charleston first and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
7:38 to play in the first quarter. Charleston takes over on their own 40-yard line, far hash spot. Split to the left, two to the right, man in motion for the Trojans. Under center, the quarterback this time. Looks like it's a handoff coming to the near side. Trying to go off tackle, up a seam between the hashes to about the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 4 for the Charleston ball carrier. That was, I believe, number 33, Tony Gilbert.
Well, the sun is down. I can see. I haven't been able to see for a good hour. This is going to turn out to be a nice evening. I'll tell you what would be good to do. I don't condone this, kids, but it's still early for it. A little toilet paper frivolity. No winds.
Some good sales out and about right now.
Yeah. I thought I would condone it.
6:59 to play in the first. No score yet. Rams and Trojans. The Rams drive stalled out, and now out of the shotgun. Quarterback looking downfield. Good slam play. It's going to be complete past midfield. Near hash, brought down at about the 46-yard line. That'll be a completion of about 10 or 11 yards or so. Complete to number 24, Griffin Green. Comes up with the big catch there off of the slant. 6:50 left to go in the opening quarter. No score yet.
Griffin Green. Well named.
Indeed.
Love that. Well, here we go. And Newton's got a little rhythm going here. They get into Mount Vernon territory in this particular drive.
Charleston out of the eye again, and this time inside handoff. Right up the middle on the run. Gets past the line of scrimmage, obviously. Maybe a little dive for some extra yardage to about the 42, 43. And as it ends up, it looked like that time Bryce Frederick, the ball carrier, so it'll be second and about 8.
It's like magically the sun drops, the field transforms right before our very eyes.
I'm actually, yeah, if I take the sunglasses off, I do a little bit better.
Yeah.
Makes it these did not help whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hate this pair. 6:02 left to go.
Well, that's not your usual pair, is it?
No, I have issues with those.
Oh, no.
A drop back, quick connect there on the right side, complete to Bridge Boyer, another great name. He's down at about the 35-yard line, far hash. Should be first down yardage for the Trojans, so they're getting it done through the air right now with some quick strikes. 5:52 to go in the first, still no score, but the Trojans threatening.
I'll tell you what, Ridge Boyer's another good name. Man, they got some good names in Charleston. Right now, Mount Vernon's in a little bit of a mess here as Charleston's putting together a little bit of a drive here, a couple first downs inked together. And here goes Charleston down the field.
5:40 to go in the first. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski in the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. Man in motion is Dawson Armstrong. Back to pass already, couple of steps, and quickly complete to number 33, Tony Gilbert. So the fullback that time out of the slot comes up with the catch shy of the 25. It'll be a gain of about 8 or 9 and bring up second and short here with 5:17 to play in this scoreless
well, you
first
see a
quarter.
little bit what Mount Vernon's doing defensively, scooting back a little bit, taking, giving that up underneath. Charleston saying, fine, we'll throw the click slant over here, quarterback three-step drop, bang, out on the flat in the slot sometimes, and they're getting the yardage, and they're getting the first, moving ball down the field. Now you got second and short.
Trips to the right, one to the left. Single man in the backfield for the quarterback. Wilson out of the shotgun, gets the snap, quickly knows where he's going, takes a couple of looks. It'll be a little fade down the right side, just out of the reach of Rutherford. That'll be complete in the end zone. 26-yard touchdown catch by Griffin Green. And the Trojans on the board first. It's 6-0.
Yep, that was just a slant over the top. Receiver got beat. And Mount Vernon's secondary got caught last week a couple of times early. Gets caught early here for a touchdown. And Charleston out on top. 4:46 to go in the first.
Simple case where Rutherford, if he's maybe an inch taller, might get the fingertips on that one to break it up. But it ends up as a score, 6-0, and they will attempt the point after. This is Tanner Coffey, the left-footed kicker. On to hold, of course, is Justin Wilson, the quarterback. Trying to make it 7-love here after the second drive score. It looks to be good. It's 7-0 Charleston. the Rams will get another crack. Smaller class sizes, over 100 degree and certificate programs, and the #1 community college in the nation, according to Smart Asset. That's Rend Lake College. Save thousands on your college education when compared to a 4-year school, and stay right here in your own backyard. Rend Lake College. Your journey starts here. The Rams' journey tonight, hopefully offensively, just beginning. They trailed the Charleston Trojans 7-0 with 4:46 to go in the first. The kickoff impending.
Well, it's not good. Little wind taken out of the sails, this Mount Vernon crowd here on this side, and one of those deals where you just kind of wonder, you know, something big got to happen. Mount Vernon went for it on 4th down. You wonder, going for it then kind of shows your bluff a little bit maybe as to where Mount Vernon stands offensively, and maybe right now it's gambling time for the Rams.
This week's tailgating sponsor is Smokin' Cheese Barbecue.
Well, we shall see how this goes as the sun sets quietly across the way. Well, Mount Vernon needs to get something going quickly.
Rams have a couple of guys back to return. Gage Burrows, the near man, at about the 10-yard line.
How about the Scriveners helping us out again today?
Paralee definitely taking
care. Dog. Paralee brought bacon jerky up here to the booth.
Of course, that was inspired by our social media question on the sports show last week. Hear it again tomorrow. Picked up Dameron. Hollywood has it. He's trying to get along that 20 to break to the outside. Stumbles. That was a great shoestring tackle, I believe, by our guy, Griffin Green.
I don't think he got the shoestring. I think he got the tip, pulled it out of the shoe, the way it looked, because he looked like he barely grazed him just enough to pull away the tackle, and Mount Vernon starts relatively deep in their own territory at about the 25-yard line.
4:40 to go on the first. 7-0. Charleston on top. We'll have scoreboard updates throughout the night presented by your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon, Tony Wilt. And right now the score here is 7-0. Charleston. But the Rams have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. They'll split off Scarborough to the left. Wiley tight to the right. Diamond T set for the Rams. The backs are Burrows, Dameron, and I believe Sechrist. With Rutherford, the quarterback, under center. Inside handoff, Jarree Sechrist. He has it, trying to break to the 30. He is going to be brought down 31. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Gain of 6 for number 6.
Well, that's a good start. Mount Vernon needs anything positive they can get in that situation, and that's something you got to do if you're Mount Vernon. You've got to be able to get consistent first downs.
4:15 to go in the first. 7-0 game, and right now it's a case of 2nd and 3 for the Rams. From the 32.
I'm just going to make sure everything's tied down before I show you something on break.
Oh, no. As this will be another handoff. Sechrist going up the seam. Gets to the 35. Gain of 3, so that much closer. He's dancing with a first down. It would appear as the indicator on this near side would indicate it might be first down yardage. If not, it'll be 3rd and very short for the Mount Vernon Rams, thanks to carries by Sechrist.
Mount Vernon has something going off that right side. Rams get a first down, 2nd of the game. They have to keep – I think the downward blocking, I think the zone blocking is key at high school level. I think that's what everybody got to do. I know there's different schemes to use, but Mount Vernon needs to work on getting that first push forward on the initial contact.
Split to the left side. It is Scarborough. Back shifted that way as well, and this will be a nice run up the middle. Off of 1st and 10 from the 35. That is Gage Burrows as he gets to about the 38. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Number 25 got it done that time as we will have a sub. Looks like we will see, looks like Eli Badger come in on this particular set. Dameron and Burrows will check out. JT McElroy back into the game for the Rams as well. Your Mount Vernon Buffalo Wild Wings is where Rams fans gather before and after the games. Grab your friends and join the tailgate at Buffalo Wild Wings on Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. Same set here. Quarterback keeper looked like maybe a read option that time or just a broken play. Could be either one, but gets to about the 42-yard line. Gain of 4 for Brandon Rutherford on the ground. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
Well, Vernon may be the tortoise, not the hare.
2:42 to go in the first. 7-0 Charleston on top. 3rd and 3 for the Rams. Ball spotted between the hash on their own 42-yard line, trying to get to midfield. Charleston will stack the box somewhat with the quarterback under center. Backs on the left side with the tailback. It looks like inside handoff. McElroy, he catches him off guard, gets to the near hash to about the 47. It'd be a gain of about 5. Looks like the spot of the football will take it to first down yardage. So we'll be at the Mount Vernon 47. Gain of 5 for number 47. And with 2:23 to go in the first, Rams down to score, but still plenty of time here in the first half to get something going.
Hell, Mount Vernon gets a first down, Kenny. That's what you got to do. Build momentum. They're starting to get some stuff up, get some things going, at least on the running game. It's okay if you go down a field goal 7-8 minutes at a time. That's how you got to score. You got to score. Each year, each team has their different thing, and Mount Vernon this year may be their deal. Take it time.
2:04 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 47, tucked inside the near hash. Here comes the snap. It's to Rutherford looking to pass downfield. Somebody's got to be paying attention to get to it, and that's deflected by Rich Boyer.
Now Rutherford that time backed up, 4-step drop, looked right quickly, threw over to the left almost without looking, and that luckily it wasn't picked off. Double coverage both front and back, and that time luckily it was not picked off in that case.
Clock will stop with 1:54 left to go. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. See what the Rams do here. We know Wiley's out there with those bright orange shoes and socks. He'll split off to the right side. Scarborough tight left. The backs are McElroy, Sechrist, and Gage Burrows. The snap will result in an inside handoff. Burrows a nice spin, just trying to salvage a no-gainer. And forward progress would theoretically take him back to the line of scrimmage at about the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 with 1:40 left to go in the first.
Yeah, defense initial contact was there quickly, and he was lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams. Has your bank changed names again? At Community First Bank, the only change you'll receive is in your pocket. Check out One Checking. It's free checking, high-yield interest only at Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Welcome back to a 3rd and 10 set for the Rams. Try not to sputter out, and the handoff's going to do just that. The Charleston D snuffs it out, pushed back to about the 40. Will be Burrows. It's going to be a loss for the Rams, 4th and long with less than a minute to play here in the first.
And I don't think you can afford to take the chance of going for it this deep in your own territory, and Mount Vernon right there sputtering and nothing doing.
Time will run here. Back to return will be number 84, Quentin Carver. There for Charleston. He's between the hashes at about the 34-yard line. Back to punt. See what the Rams can do here. Off the right foot. That one sounded like it had to hurt. Fair catch called.
Yep, that was a smart play. I mean, that's a heads-up play. That punt was, right now, yeah, I bet it hurts because he hit that ball kind of flat off the point, just beyond the point of the football. When you do that, it's going to hurt. And you can see Mount Vernon punter limping off a little bit because that bothered him a little bit. And a good catch by the up guy in the Charleston return team because he caught it in the middle of traffic, didn't want to hit one of his teammates.
And that was Frederick on the catch on the fair catch. So they'll have it 1st and 10, 24.1 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball is on their own 40. Between the hashes, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. This time, under center is the quarterback Wilson. Man in motion and going to be Dawson Armstrong. Looking to this near side the pass. Looking to throw, going to keep it now. Trying to get back to the 40, does so. No gain. Out of bounds, he steps, 18.4 seconds. Should be right back at the line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10. Charleston leading 7-0 in this first quarter. They scored first after the Rams got a nice stop on the first drive of the game. So here we go. 2nd and 10 now for the Trojans. 18.4 ticks to go on this first quarter clock. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside WMIX, WMIXsports.com. 2 off to the right side, 1 to the left, out of the eye this time for the quarterback Wilson under center. Back for his 2nd year at the helm for the QB. Hand off to Frederick. He'll run into his own guy in the backfield. He'll be brought down for a loss. Looks like Hawthorne in on it. It'll be 3rd and 10, and I can't fathom we'd get another playoff here in this first quarter as the clock drops below the 5-second mark. When we come back, it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Charleston Trojans. They'll have the ball on their own 40-yard line. 7-0 visitors. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be second quarter football from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium here in the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Downs, Vice President of Agricultural Lending with Community First Bank. Operating your farm operation is extremely challenging in today's farm economy. Your operation needs a solid partner that understands the issues you face while providing solutions that make sense for you. At Community First Bank, we're dedicated to meeting the needs of local farmers just like you. Give me a call today at 618-244-3000 to see how we can help with your farming operation. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Bobby, you're here again. Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you going to go?
Here.
Introducing the new Beat-Up Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Back to the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We head to the second quarter. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Charleston Trojans 7-0. Charleston with the football 3rd and 10 from their own 40-yard line. As right now, for Mount Vernon, hoping to come up with a stop here. 3rd and 10 is the scenario. Fresh 12 minutes on the clock as we start quarter number 2. Trojans out of the eye. Slot to the right, split left and right. Fullback and halfback set. Quick slant pass. It'll be complete to Dawson Armstrong, slicing and dicing to secondary, down to the 35, gets all the way down to the Ram 30. That'll be a gain of about 40 on the play. My math football-wise, and I can't count time either, not very good, but I think that's 40 yards.
Well done. Did you get a number on that truck, caught that pass?
Yeah, it was Dawson Armstrong, number 18.
Number 18 on that 40-yarder. Mount Vernon's in some trouble defensively right now. They can't do much to stop what's going on from the Trojans right now. And the passing game gets going, and if they can get Frederick running, and Mount Vernon's in some heap of trouble here.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Mount Vernon 30. Ball on the far hash as they move left to right. Armstrong split right, 2 split to the left, out of the eye for the quarterback. Wilson, who's out from under center, looking for the deep pass down the right side, looking for his receiver, in and out of the hands of number 8, Rich Boyer.
Yep, there'll be a flag. It'll be an incomplete pass, but it'll be a pass interference penalty and give Charleston another first down. Of course, it does not go to the goal line. It'll go from the line of scrimmage. Charleston with another first down, and the march continues.
1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. 11:28 to go here in the first half. Monday's a grind. Wednesday is hump day. Thursday is almost the weekend. And Friday as well. Friday. But Tuesday gets nothing until now. Because of Buffalo Wild Wings, it's Wing Tuesday. Make your Tuesday special with wall-to-wall TVs, deals on wings, and great beers on tap. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Well, that penalty will be a 15-yard variety. First on the Rams. And Charleston... for having quarterback questions, Justin Wilson has looked very good behind center, or under center, as they say on TV, and he has played very well here tonight.
And now 11:28 to go in the first half. 7-0 Charleston, but Chucktown looking to threaten again if they can keep chucking that football. Out from under center now to the shotgun. Single back set, 2 each side on the splits. Snap looking for the throw. Complete. Oh, it's going to be intercepted. The Rams pick it up and fumble the football. Looked like it was an interception first, then a fumble recovered by Mount Vernon. I thought the pick was number 28, Jordan Jones. I didn't see who came up with it. Maybe Brandon Rutherford who came up with it. But maybe not. Depends on who it was. But either way, it's a Ram turnover, and that's a big turnover for us.
Either way, it works out well for Mount Vernon to get that stop because, boy, Charleston looked very good coming down the field there particularly.
11:22 to go here in the first half. 7-0 the score. Rams trailing, but they have the football deep in their own territory on their own 18, far hash spot. Where it's 1st and 10, they take over out of the diamond tee. Split to the right side is Jake Wiley. Here in the second quarter, Rams look to get it going. What do we have here? We have a flag here on the near sideline.
What do we got? Legal substitution, too many men on the field. What's we got? Offsides, Charleston.
Oh, there you go.
That'll work.
Offsides, Charleston.
Right now it's 7-0 here. We'll check in with some scores just as soon as we can from around the area.
Well, some interesting scores here. After one, West Frankfort, Pinckneyville leads West Frankfort 7-6, but we're ready to go right back to action.
We'll get more here just as soon as we can. 1st and 5 for the Rams after the offsides on the make that the Trojans. 11:22 to go. Here's a quick carry, but there is a flag in the backfield. Burrows trying to break to the outside. He'll be brought down at about the 27 or so.
If this is a holding motion penalty on Mount Vernon, it goes where the flag was dropped. But as a hurtful penalty, that's almost a 10-yard drop. Is where that penalty, almost 15. Where that flag is at. If I'm Mount Vernon, I mess that flag on. Nobody's looking to move it up a yard or two. Not that I condone that, but 5 yards farther back from where the line of scrimmage was, that's 10 yards. Yep.
Tony Wilt, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town as he presents our scoreboard updates.
Others, Benton over Sparta into 120-0. Harrisburg over Des Moines 6-0. And Carterville Heron scoreless. That is after 1. And Nashville leads Massac over to our west 13-0. Had a 10-yard plus penalty there. It cost Mount Vernon. And Johnson City's all over Vienna 18-0 in BDC play.
Under center, Rutherford, Diamond T, and now it's an inside handoff to about the 20-yard line. Maybe a gain of 2 to bring it 2nd and 8. As that was Sechrist on the carry, that's going to be a gain of maybe about 2. As number 6 picks up 2 to make it 2nd and 8. 10:35 to go in the first half. Second quarter action from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 7-0 the score. Rams trailing by 7. It was a touchdown catch by Griffin Green that put the Trojans on top. Almost had another completion earlier for a TD, but the Rams are able to pick off the next play. So it'll be a quick inside handoff, and right up the gut goes Gage Burrows. Gets to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 will make it 3rd and 3, so chucking off yardage a carry at a time and trying to get to a first down on 3rd and 3.
Doing it the hard way. Carmen over Edwards County 14-0 in the second. Fairfield all over Christopherville in the first 29-0. El Dorado leads SVWW at home second quarter 16-0. And Johnson City after 1 leads VG 18-0. Battle of Monroe County. They started filling in there early today. Waterloo and Columbia tied at 7 early on.
Third and 3. The clock will drop below the 9:30 mark on this particular play. 3rd and 3 from the 25-yard line for the Rams. And this time it'll be coming up the near side. Gage Burrows trying to twist himself toward a first down. Gets to about the 26, 27, 28 maybe. It's going to depend on the spot of the football.
Yeah. Should be a Mount Vernon first down. That is their 4th one. Burrows another 5 gained.
9:23 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 Charleston on top. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball is going to be on their own 29-yard line. Spot is on the near hash. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. A stable bank you can trust, serving Jefferson County since 1906. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. They're going to split off. Dameron to the right side. Scarborough to the left. 2 to the right now. Rams may be looking to pass here. Looking down, picked off. They were looking for Hollywood. That's going to be picked off by number 28. Looking to go up to the left side, trying to get to the outside now at about the 20-yard line. Well, he'll be brought down and camped out. Waiting for that one was Kevin Reddish with a kickoff-ish.
The old thing is that he was sitting back there. He started at the line of scrimmage and sunk back about 7 yards. Line safety that was up for a blitz, sunk back defensively, and Rutherford did not see him sitting in that zone and was trying to throw it over the top of him, and he snuck up and caught that football, and the interception goes the other way for Charleston, and the Trojans are in business once again. Holding on the return. No, on Mount Vernon. Not only do you give the interception, then you hold on the return. How possible is that? Not very often. So Mount Vernon penalty now gives Charleston really good field goal range.
It's 1st and 10 from the 18. 13 rather. Mount Vernon territory. 9:12 to go here in the second quarter. So Charleston looking to add to this 7-0 lead. All of the action is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. And now, let's see, under center the quarterback, number 3, Justin Wilson. Splits to the left and to the right. What do we have here? Flag on the play.
Nope. Let's see. Charleston's clapping. Mount Vernon does not look so good. Offsides Rams. That's another 5 yards. So the Rams right now 4 penalties, just not helping themselves here. And Charleston giving the easy route to the end zone right now. If they get up 14-0, you really have to be concerned for Mount Vernon, since the Rams are going on almost a quick game and a half of not scoring.
9:12 to go. It's 1st and 5. As now looking to go up that right side. I didn't see much on the play. The ball carrier was Bryce Frederick, but quick to close was the Ram defense that time.
The ball carrier, tackled by Demaje Hawthorne.
Well, Newton all over Casey Westfield, 21-0 at the end of 1. What is wrong with the Casey Westfield Warriors?
Makes you wonder. As now looks like a carry up that left side, off tackle. Did they get in?
I think the body got in, but the ball did not break the plane of the goal line, and ends up as a first down. And basically, for
8:31 to play here in the first half. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Charleston sends 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Out of the shotgun for the quarterback, Justin Wilson. 1st and goal from the 1. Looking for another score. Wilson going to keep it himself. He is brought down. Is he beyond the goal line? He is. It's 13-0 Trojans.
Easy keeper right up the middle. Call your own number. He's thrown for a pass, rushed for a pass, rushed for a touchdown, and Charleston right now is starting to depart Mount Vernon with a big lead here.
Looking to make it 14-0 with the point after attempt. And here comes the kick. It's up. Rams get a piece of it. It stays 13-0 with 8:14 left in the first half. So Charleston struck early, and they're trying for their 2nd win of the year, but the Rams still have plenty of football to say something about it.
Well, and that's the problem right now. Mount Vernon's given Charleston some good field position when they've not been able to move the football. And, boy, right now Mount Vernon in a world of hurt because they haven't scored any points this year, and now you're down 2 scores at home.
Most certainly are, and for the Rams, could spell trouble, but they'll have the kickoff here. Of course, they will have the football to start the second half, so for the Rams, all not lost.
No, got to keep going. You got to get this deficit down to at least 1 touchdown as you head into the halftime locker room speech.
We'll get you scores from around the area here momentarily.
I guess, JC over Vina Goreville, 18-0. Marion and Dunlap are 7-7 in the second. Centralia leads Morton 7-0 early in Centralia. And then you go down the list. Civic over Salem 13-0. Newton over Casey Westfield 21-0. Freeburg over Carlisle 6-0. Highland over Mount Zion 7-6. AJ over Murphy 2nd quarter 6-0. Heron Carterville still scoreless. Over halfway to go in the 2nd quarter.
Here comes the kick. It'll be end over end, tailing to that left side towards Burrows, and looks like maybe Dameron picked it up, trying to come up the middle. As Hollywood will get to about the 15, brought down near hash, and that's where the Rams will have it 1st and 10.
Great coverage by the Charleston Trojans on their special teams. They have looked very well, especially coming down the field. And right now it's one of those deals where, unfortunately for the Rams, everything's kind of being an uphill battle right now on all facets of the football.
8:08 to play here in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams on their own 15-yard line, trailing 13-0. That's right, 13-0 as things get underway here. Moore in at quarterback for the Rams, or Nick Malone, rather, the quarterback for the Rams. He'll hand off, coming up the near side to about the 15, J.T. McElroy. can't find much running room. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Rams.
Well, this Charleston defense, you could tell they haven't had a lot of leads in back-to-back games in a while. Boy, you can tell a little hop in their step that time. Really aggressive up front. If Mount Vernon can run some kind of misdirection, run one side and run the other way, the wide side, Mount Vernon may be able to get something going that way. Get this ever-aggressive this Charleston defense off on one side of the field.
For the Rams, they'll split off to the right side. Out of this diamond T set, the quarterback under center. This is Malone, and with the left hand, he'll hand off, and not much going off tackle to the right side that time. For the Ram ball carrier, Gage Burrows, it'll bring up 3rd down at about 8.
Mount Vernon is in some trouble here. Offensively, Rutherford now checks back into the quarterback. Must have had an equipment issue or some sort. He'll check back in. Triad's up 14-0 in their game early. So they're going to be 2-0 when the Rams travel west next week.
And now it's going to go up the right side, looking for the pass, and dumped off. Burrows will catch it. He has 1st down yardage and more from the 30 all the way down to about the 35-ish. We gained of 17, maybe 20 for Gage Burrows through the air. 6:36 left in the first half.
Boy,
the Rams trail 13-7.
The Rams needed that one really bad to get something positive, a little out pass up the sideline, and right there, Mount Vernon able to get a 1st down and at least move the ball down the field.
So now the Rams looking to move the football again here. Split left and right. Diamond T set. Rutherford, the quarterback under center. Inside handoff. This will be Sechrist right now. He gets a few yards on the play as he turns to his right side. 2nd and 7 coming up. 6:06 to play in the first half.
Mount Vernon can go slowly but surely. Try to get some points here. Got to get something before halftime to get on the board. I think you have to have that to feel positive about what's going on here in this ball game. This huddle for Mount Vernon taking a little longer than normal.
Talking it over with 5:42 left to go here in the half. And now here comes another handoff up the middle. Good run. 1st down yardage near midfield. Pushed back to about the 47-yard line. So the Rams trying to make something happen.
Little buck trap up there on the 2 hole, and a great run up that right side in that 2 hole by Sechrist, and Mount Vernon gets a 1st down. Clock running, now 5:20 left in the first half. Mount Vernon may have to pick up the pace a little bit to get it down the field.
It's 1st and 10, 13-0. The Rams trailing here in the 2nd. Split to the left side out of the diamond T. Under center, the quarterback. And now Malone will hand off. Right up the middle it goes. Gain of at least 6 right up the gut. Big run for the Rams. Didn't see the ball carrier that time. Looked like it was Badger.
Yeah, Badger up the middle. Another run, and Mount Vernon continues to gain 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. That'll help. And this, we go under 4.5 now, and this play snapped in the first half. Important for Mount Vernon to get points here on this drive.
Trailing 13-0, 2nd and 5 for the Rams, and this time another handoff. Maybe got a yard on the play, or was it a quarterback keeper?
Just off tackle that time, just a quick handoff. Try to get something going.
Cameron, the ball carrier. Tackled by Ben Beasley.
And Mount Vernon right now can run the football, getting about 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. We'll see how this keeps going here in this particular drive. Mount Vernon continue to work off that right side.
As now, let's see, it looks like a fumble perhaps up the right side, just past the 45 at about the 44-yard line. Would have been a short gain. Looks like Charleston has it, and they will take over with decent field position with only 3:44 to go in the half. Trojans lead this one 13-zip.
And as Mount Vernon puts it on the ground, you have to wonder, at this time of year, this time of night, the morning or the evening dew comes in about 6:30, 7 o'clock on, and you have to wonder if that grass has gotten a little wet and a little damp, and you wonder if that is why the ball dropped to the turf that time, especially the way Mount Vernon's been handling it. Now, here comes Charleston, and they have an opportunity to be up 14-0 going to halftime if they play smart here.
And now Charleston back to pass. The quarterback looking to the right side. Dawson Armstrong complete. Pulled down at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 25 through the air up the right side. What a throw by Wilson. Put it right in the hands of number 18, Dawson Armstrong, right side.
25-yard pass working one-on-one. Armstrong stronger, taller than the defensive back. Was able to throw it up in the air and let him go get it. And another first down for Charleston. Their 7th of the first half. And Charleston has all their timeouts as they march down the field this particular time.
So now the Trojans, 1st and 10 from the Ram 31-yard line. That's where the spot is. Quarterback is under center. He'll look to quickly pass this one, flushed out of the pocket, rolling left side. He might as well just get rid of it. He will throw it out of bounds, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
He can do that. He got out of the pocket. He can throw it down. Great play by the quarterback to roll over there and throw that ball out of bounds. That's not grounding. They call grounding on Charleston. I am surprised at that, being that he was out of the pocket.
That is odd.
That's an odd call, in my opinion. But they called it, and we'll see how this affects. Should be a loss of down. Yep. They'll march off 5 yards. And for Charleston, that's their 2nd penalty of the night for 10 total yards as they play along here. As happy birthday reigns in the stands here. Good luck to the Mount Vernon cross-country teams tomorrow, running at Planet Granite City tomorrow morning early. Should be a great day for a run.
Definitely should be. Talked to Coach Turner prior to this football game. Talked to him last week on the Saturday Sports Show. Out of the shotgun, single back, 3 right, 1 left, and this time it's going to be carry up the left side for Frederick, trying to get to that sideline. Does so, gains maybe about 4 or 5 on the play, 3rd and 6.
He got all 5, and now we're going to have a scrum over there, and it gets nasty. And we got a fight, and we got flags, and we got a scrum on the Charleston sideline of big proportions. That's not good.
That is not good at all. Certainly not what we want to see. 3:06 left to go in the first half, and a melee over there on the far side of the field.
Not what you wanted to see, and there are going to be some people maybe not playing from this point on in the game.
We'll let the officials sort it out.
We'll see. There's going to be somebody ran in this one, and that's not good in this case. Triad leads Collinsville 14-0 second quarter. Newton leads Casey 28-6. That's now in the second quarter as well. And some games in different parts of the 6-1-8 and beyond. Olney over Red Hill 7-0 as well. Newton now leads Casey 28-6 in that one. So Mount Vernon's going to get tried. Of course, one of the things that was interesting about last week is that Mount Vernon has 9 opponents on the schedule, obviously, and 8 of them won last week, and Marion only lost by 1 in their only game. We got unsportsmanlike conduct on Mount Vernon. That one's out. Somebody has been ejected for the Rams. So Charleston will get a first down and a 15-yarder. Mount Vernon right now, discipline, not their friend here, and somebody's been ejected, and they'll get to leave early and not get to make the trip to Triad next week.
Can ill afford for that to happen.
You know you want to defend your teammates, and you want to not let people do some things, but you have to be smart, and you cannot do things like that. Mark Goodhart's getting the FYI on who got ejected, and now Charleston has it 1st and goal to goal at the 8. AJ leads Murphy 6-0 at halftime on the road as the Red Devils trying to stop a 0-2 start.
Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. So, Goal line set here for the Trojans. They can punch it in easily with 3:06 to go in the half. And out of the shotgun, looking for the quick pass. Dawson Armstrong again. 10. He's going to be at the 5, inside the 5 to about the 3. And it'll be second and goal. And that's a gain of about 4.
How good is he?
I like that
This
guy.
little tandem duo is causing Mount Vernon some major issues. Johnson City up 26-0 on Vanagorville. It's blowout night in the Diamond right now, and a lot of shutouts. In fact, all 5 games are shutouts right now. Mascuda has Mattoon down 14-13 in the second.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
High set going to be a handoff, but that time it's tough for the Trojans as Frederick runs into his own fullback, and it's going to bring up third and goal with 2:19 to play.
You know you're a good blocker for Charleston when you can block not only the other team but all of your guys as well. That was an impressive block. And right now the Rams are hoping the clock runs out, but Charleston has 3 timeouts. Third and goal from the 5.
I formation, split left, split right for the Trojans. Third and goal. Handoff going to go to Frederick. He has a seam. He can break to the outside, get into the far corner of the end zone. It's 19-zip Trojans.
Nobody home. And Charleston is coming into King City and storm Mount Vernon. I believe they'll go for 2 here, I would suspect. Charleston looks very good early. And Mount Vernon right now looking at a game-and-a-half streak without scoring. Unless they can get something going in the last minute 44.
And the kick is up, and it is good. 20-0, Charleston on top. 1:44 to play in the first half. Don't forget the Rams will have the kickoff in the second half. Streaming on WMIXsports.com. Presented by Rindley College. Log on to rlc.edu. Read about their more than 100 degree and certificate programs. Rindley College, your journey starts here. Rams on the road at Triad next week. Altop is at Mater Dei. Carbondale at Waterloo. Centralia at these Charleston Trojans. Cahokia, Geneseo, Galesburg, and Marion. I'd already read the entire list. You're going to have to do better than that.
I know. I was trying to mess with you.
Short-term
memory is excellent. I didn't get up there fast enough.
My short-term memory is the one I have trouble with a lot of the time.
You remember that pretty well.
I'll remember that list 5 years from now. 5 minutes from now will be the tough part.
Halftime, Marion and Dunlap, 7-all. Nashville leads Massac Crossway 13-0. So the Rams have a hole to climb out of. Time for the Rams to get some points. What's Avery's role tonight back here behind us? Do we know? What's his official title?
I have no clue.
It's not executive producer.
Holding down the fort. Back to return. Franks and looks like Dameron for the Rams, and this will be Dameron to pick it up. He's at the 5. Now he's all the way up to the 20. What jets by that young man as he gets to about the 21, 22-yard line.
It was all his running, and right now the Charleston faithful made the trip down from Chucktown, are excited across the way. A lot of momentum as they are up 20-0, and right now it is not looking good for the Rams. They need to get to halftime and get a regroup.
Dameron brings it out to the 23-yard line where it'll be first and 10 Mount Vernon.
Oh.
Minute 37 to go. The Rams are going to have to move this ball downfield relatively quickly.
Well, Taylorville's up 33-0 in the second, so they're getting some playoff points from Mount Vernon.
Diamond T set for the Rams, split right. Malone, the quarterback, hands off up the middle to about the 26.
Rutherford. And Mount Vernon, that play call looks like they're just trying to get to halftime.
1:20 left to go in the half. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX and, of course, WMIXsports.com. And now it's looking for the pitch. Rutherford and Malone both into the ball game. Malone that time, the quarterback, Rutherford a back. Rutherford recovers shy of the 20-yard line. It's going to be a loss. It's going to be a big loss, and it's going to be third and huge for the Rams here with 45 seconds to go.
The Rams need to maybe kneel on it. Get out of there. Heron Carterville goose-egged at halftime. Chester over Hamilton County 8-0 in a second. The Foxes hanging closer than many thought over in Chester.
Malone, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, zips a throw. This will be complete out of the slot to the 32-yard line. The catch was made by his former quarterback, Brandon Rutherford. So Rutherford comes up with the catch. Looks pretty good in that role. And with 3.1 seconds left, the Rams get a toss through the air, a catch, and it's a first down.
Yep, 15-yard pass. Hey, Newton scored. Any guesses on who?
Your boy?
You got it, Mitch Behrman, baby. First-round draft pick this year, my fantasy football team, high school.
And that'll be halftime as the clock started. No play. Able to get off. We've reached halftime at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Charleston Trojans 20-0 the score. We'll come back. We'll talk about it on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. But first, we need to take a break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, Eric Latte for One Stop Flooring America, here to announce the huge warehouse clearance event going on now at One Stop Flooring America. Save on in-stock carpet, area rugs, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, and ceramic tile. Plus, take advantage of 18-month interest-free financing. Need help with measuring or installation? One Stop Flooring America measures for free and features award-winning installers backed by our lifetime installation guarantee. Our design team can't wait to hear about your next project. It's time to save at One Stop Flooring America, 318 South Penn Street, Mount Vernon, 242-5712.
The Landers name has been trusted in the collision repair industry for nearly 3 decades now. This is Roy Landers, owner of Landers Automotive Corporation. I've worked very hard to set the highest standards in towing and collision repair. Many of you have trusted us with getting you back on the road safer and faster. Now we want to set the highest standards in vehicle maintenance.
This is Chase Landers of Landers Automotive Corporation. We've recently acquired the assets and property of Brow Automotive, next door to our collision center in Salem. Dad and I have always believed in setting the highest standards of quality in everything we do, and we plan to continue our high standards in our new automotive program.
That is why we're excited for the future of Landers Automotive and don't plan to change a thing other than the sign. That's right, we're proud to welcome Todd and Mike to the Landers family so that we can improve our services to your family.
The next time you hear a funny sound, or maybe your vehicle just isn't acting right, trust the Landers name and come see Todd and Mike and the Landers family at the new Landers Automotive in the former Brow Automotive building on Mills Cart Road in Salem.
When it comes to orthopedics, you want personal care that gets you back in action. And now you have a center of excellence close to home. Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois offers convenient access to leading-edge orthopedics, providing the latest in surgical and non-invasive care, as well as the most advanced imaging services for orthopedic conditions of all kinds. We also specialize in providing total joint replacement, spine surgery, sports medicine, and offer an on-site physical rehabilitation center. Get back in action with Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Visit online at orthocenter-si.com or call 242-3778. It happens every busy summer. You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 3.5 decades. Honest, fair deals. Nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties, free approval over the phone, and bank-rate financing for all. Stop by and talk to Jimmy and the fine folks to see how they can literally save you up to thousands on the total price of your vehicle. Absolutely no gimmicks, just honest deals and low prices. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, WMIXsports.com has your streaming video of this one tonight. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. It's your Second Chance Auto halftime report. Second Chance Auto saving you big money on your next automobile for many a years. Great selection of vehicles priced under $10,000, and of course, bank rate financing can literally save you thousands on your next pre-owned or new-to-you vehicle. 20-0, Rams trailing here at the half to the Charleston Trojans, and for Chucktown, they've been chucking the football We'll look at the stats coming up a little bit later on, but Danny, the Trojans just have been able to move the ball through the air, and that in itself, has been a huge difference tonight.
Well, and I think, too, Charleston has taken advantage of turnovers and taken advantage of some undisciplined plays by Mount Vernon to get to this 20-0 lead. And it's one of those deals where right now Mount Vernon, I know, has to be extremely frustrated in what's going on, but they have to keep their cool and they have to keep things moving down the field and do things they were doing early. But undisciplined football and putting the ball on the turf have not helped Mount Vernon in this particular game.
It certainly hasn't, and the Rams have made some errors, but Charleston's been able to capitalize just on our own ability, and we'll talk about that coming up on this Second Chance Auto halftime show. We're in the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. We're on the campus of the old Mount Vernon Township High School. It's J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Week number 2 of high school football as the Mount Vernon Rams look to try to right the wrongs over the next 24 minutes of high school football. The band is on the field right now. You're watching the clock at WMIXsports.com. We'll take our first of a few breaks here in this halftime show. When we come back, we'll talk more about this one. It's the Mount Vernon Rams and Charleston Trojans, the latter of whom lead this 20-0 after 2 quarters. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
When it comes to banking, Banterra is the change you want to make. I'm Jeff Speed, Market Executive for Banterra, and you should know that our top priority is personal service. It's why Banterra is the region's largest locally owned community bank. We offer convenient online and mobile banking, mobile check deposit, online mortgage services, and have 25 Southern Illinois branches to serve you. Banterra Bank, proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is your State Farm agent, Tony Will, and I would like to thank Jefferson County and the surrounding area for continuing to support our agency. As your insurance policies come up for renewal this year, take a moment to reflect on the program you have in place. State Farm is the industry leader with competitive pricing, and you get a local agent. So stop by our office and let's see if we can help. Find us at the corner of 42nd South Water Tower in Mount Vernon, on the web at TonyWilt.com, or call 242-1421.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. 20-0, 20-20. If you're not confused, that's 20-0. The Rams trailing Charleston Trojans here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Probably about 15 minutes or so, maybe about 12 to 13, as I actually look at the clock now before we start the second half of action. As the Rams struggled somewhat in the first half. They started off each drive, I thought, Danny, rather well, but stalled out. Usually around midfield, or if they get beyond midfield, would stall out on each drive, and the Charleston defense had something to say about that.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals where you're looking at a Charleston team that has really not shown anything flashy or crazy out of the way. It's just a case where you feel like Mount Vernon has been in this game, but they just cannot take advantage and be disciplined with stuff. And boy, Charleston has done a very good job of taking care of business and also putting it in Mount Vernon in bad places offensively. The Rams have switched quarterbacks on and off, trying to get something going, and nothing has worked. And the Rams don't have a point in the first game and a half of this season.
That's something to think about. We'll think a lot about it as we take another break on this Second Chance Auto halftime show. When we come back, we'll have scoring and stats, and eventually a State Farm scoreboard. All still to come. Plenty of time remaining here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Second Chance Auto for many years. Proud, longtime supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams and the local community, even saving you literally thousands on the cost of your next pre-owned vehicle with bank rate financing. We'll talk about all of that still to come. Quick break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
B-Dubs presents B-Dubbing.
This is it, folks. Everyone's on the edge of their
Stools for happy hour at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Here's the snack. Who drops back?
For great deals.
And Rose.
A domestic draft.
Smith bags.
$4 shareables like street tacos and Southwest loaded chips.
What a throw. What a catch. What a
happy hour. Experience happy hour at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Participation and offers vary. See a participating location for details. Void where prohibited.
Attention business owners, People's National Bank now offers business mobile banking, PNB to go biz. Now you can do your business banking anytime, anywhere. Business Express users will have quick access to account details, bill pay, mobile deposit, and more. Visit www.peoplesnationalbank.com for details or ask your account officer how to get your business mobile on PNB to go biz. our new business mobile banking. People's National Bank, member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, WMIXsports.com. That's where your streaming video is tonight. Chris Hugo, Denny Czerwinski alongside. Second Chance Auto halftime show continues. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Charleston Trojans 20-0 here after 2 quarters of play. And I think for Charleston, we're going to see quite a bit in the passing department, but for the Mount Vernon Rams, it's just been a struggle across the board.
First downs relatively even as Charleston with 8, Mount Vernon with 7. Turnovers department, this is where the key to the ball game as Mount Vernon has 3 turnovers compared to just 1 for Charleston. Mount Vernon penalties the undisciplined play, 5 for 55. Charleston 1 for 5. Rushing, Mount Vernon 35, Charleston only 22. But the passing department is the difference. Charleston 122, Mount Vernon with 38. Total yardage, Charleston 144, Mount Vernon was 73, and the Rams trail at the half 20-0.
There you go. Those are your halftime stats. Plenty more coming at you. Second Chance Auto halftime show. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Longtime proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. Bank rate financing, fair, honest deals. What's not to love about Second Chance Auto? And whether buy here, pay here dealer can offer you bank rate financing, literally saving you thousands on the total cost of your next new to you vehicle. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll check in on scores from around the areas. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Charleston Trojans. We're here at the break. It's 20-0. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Ever feel like you're paying your bank to be there for you? Hi, I'm Debbie Ashby with Community First Bank, and we believe being chosen as your financial partner is a privilege. That's why we still offer free checking with free debit cards and free online banking and bill pay for your convenience. No hassles, no hoops to jump through, just your local hometown bank being there for you. Stop by one of our 5 Jefferson County locations today to see the Community First difference and let us welcome you back to personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Member FDIC.
Got an eye for style and looking for an exciting career? Get creative, get trendy, and get going with Studio RLC in Mount Vernon. Pick up the latest styles in cosmetology, barbering, nails, and aesthetics. Our trained instructors will teach you the basics and work up to advanced techniques. Whether you're coming in right out of high school or looking to train for a new career, this program will get you up and running. For more information, email Studio RLC at rlc.edu or log on to rlc.edu. Red Lake College, your journey starts here.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX Mount Vernon, just past the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Halftime in the King City, the Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Charleston Trojans to the tune of 20-0. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. Don't forget you can watch us online at WMIXsports.com and always stay up to date on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports, as we are staying up to date with scores from around the area tonight. We have quite a few.
Second quarter, Carmi leads Edwards County 14-0. Chester over Hamilton County, second quarter 14-0. Fairfield, last report at the second quarter now, was leading Christopher Ziegler-Olton 54-6. El Dorado over SVW 32-0. Johnson City over Vienna Goreville. That is at the half 34-0. In oddball scores or not cut scores outside of our conference coverage area. Columbia leads Waterloo 14-10 at the half. Bree Central over DuPont in the second quarter 34-0. Triad over Collinsville second quarter 14-0. It is Mascoutah leading Mattoon 14-13. That is now 22-16. Mascoutah over Mattoon with seconds to go in the first half. Centralia leads Morton 28-0, just north of us in the Queen City. Dunlap and Marion tied at 7 at the half. Newton leads Casey Westfield 35-6. Civic over Salem 19-0. Breadbud leads Westland second quarter 33-14. It is Freeburg over Carlisle in the second quarter 14-0. Olney over Red Hill into 7-0. And Flores all over Robinson 42-0. That is in the second quarter. Benton leads Sparta 35-0 in the second. At the half, Harrisburg and DuQuoin tied at 6. At the half, it's no score. Carterville and Heron. Pinckneyville beat West Frankfort at the half 7-6. Nashville beat leads Massac County at the half 13-0. And AJ leads Murphy 6-0 at the half. And then Mount Zion leads Highland to half 13-7.
Scores are presented by Tony Wiltz, your State Farm agent in the King City and the area. Look for that white State Farm Jeep around town or just go see Tony in his office. He's very welcoming and glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com, or as I said, look for that white State Farm Jeep around town and do yourself a favor. Get to a better state with State Farm. We'll remain in this state. We'll stay in the county, even the city. We'll take a break, come back to the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth for more Second Chance Auto halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second half. The Vernon Rams, Charleston Trojans, 20-0 visitors here at the break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
When it comes to orthopedics, you want personal care that gets you back in action. And now you have a center of excellence close to home. Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois offers convenient access to leading-edge orthopedics, providing the latest in surgical and non-invasive care, as well as the most advanced imaging services for orthopedic conditions of all kinds. We also specialize in providing total joint replacement, spine surgery, sports medicine, and offer an on-site physical rehabilitation center. Get back in action with Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Visit online at orthocenter-si.com or call 242-377.
Hi, Eric Latte for One Stop Flooring America, here to announce the huge warehouse clearance event going on now at One Stop Flooring America. Save on in-stock carpet, area rugs, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, and ceramic tile. Plus, take advantage of 18-month interest-free financing. Need help with measuring or installation? One Stop Flooring America measures for free and features award-winning installers backed by our lifetime installation guarantee. Our design team can't wait to hear about your next project. It's time to save at One Stop Flooring America, 318 South 10th Street, Mount Vernon, 242-5712.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski here at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium in the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. Hunter Schrader with us. Avery Barton here as well. It's Chris Mayberry back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight as we're all here in the Keek City. 20-0 here at the half. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Charleston Trojans as we continue with this Second Chance Auto halftime show. And you can't really say the same things over and over in a game like this, but that seems to be what we're doing. But for the Mount Vernon Rams, down 3 scores, they will start the second half with the football. And you start to wonder, what can the Rams do to get back into this one, especially since they do have the opening drive, we hope.
And the opening drive is going to be key to this. If you're going to get back into this one, you've got to be able to score some points, put some things together. And right now, Mount Vernon's got to get something positive going towards their end zone because they can't be sitting here turning the ball over and not getting anything done. I think discipline has got to play well into this as Mount Vernon's discipline not been very good tonight. But we shall see as they are going to have the uphill climb here in the second half.
Well, and I mean, really, we go back to the keys of the game, just really unable to find a rhythm offensively. And you said that would be one of the main keys tonight. And just been a case where they haven't been able to find that rhythm. Give credit to Charleston defense.
Well, and that's what I said. Charleston defense has really frustrated Mount Vernon in all phases of the game. And I think Charleston, got Mount Vernon's head in the second quarter with the issue and the ejection there. And then the defense for Charleston, not very big, but very quick to the football, very quick off their blocks. And as Charleston team's a different, like I said, when they come into the stadium, you could tell a different vibe about this team when they walked in. And, boy, they have really showed it here in the first half tonight.
Sometimes for a team, all it takes is a little confidence, and maybe some confidence finally for the Trojans when they snapped that 17-game losing streak last week.
Yeah, and that was confidence beating Rantoul, and they're circling over there feeling they can go 2-0 for the first time in a very long time.
The Mount Vernon Rams Gridiron Club operates 2 concession stands.
Rams, meanwhile, haven't won since the Charleston game in Week 2 of 2015, so they're trying to snap a losing streak of their own. They trail 20-0 here at the half. Don't forget, the official voice of Rams Athletics is Community First Bank of the Heartland. Malford and Dix, Woodlawn and Ina, welcome back to Personal Banking. They are the market leader in Jefferson County, serving the area since 1906.
Well, Civic over Salem 19-0. That's at the half. Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by something in my bag I was supposed to give you tonight.
What?
Delivery. I've been emasculated. You're supposed to take that with you. But anyhow, about a minute before we start the second half here, third quarter action from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Yeah, I was looking.
I know it's not for me.
No, it's not. It's for yours. But I was looking through my bag and I saw something shiny, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
How long have you had it in there?
Just since I was told to take it last night.
Okay.
And so then it went in one bag and then it got transitioned into that bag about 2 o'clock p.m.
Let my significant other know that I have it.
Please do. We're simply just mules on the for the sake of our better halves.
We're just the rented mules, man. We just go about the business.
But anyhow,
it works out better for us that way, I think, in the long run.
It most certainly does.
Hey, it's 16-0 AJ, 14-0 AJ over Murphy.
That's
Red Devils going to start 0-2.
That is very interesting.
But Brett Dietering said, I don't know about this year. Yeah, right.
Whew.
Breeze Central leads DuPont 40-0 at the half. Ryan Short got his team rolling at 2-0 to start the year.
As more Tony Wild scoreboard updates roll in,
well,
the Rams are going to roll out with some offense.
The comedians are all out. Did you guys try it on? Maybe.
Well, you know.
We didn't share the brush, though. We know better than that. We're all about cleanliness here in the Buffalo Wild Wings booth.
You betcha we are. As the Rams, as Frank set to get it about the 7. Steps to the 10, 15. Looking to cut to the outside, 20, 25. Rams looking to start with field position here. Get to the 30 on the sideline. Pushed out of bounds. Jeremiah Franks about the 30-yard line, where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. So a decent starting position here on the field for the Rams. 11:51 to go in the third.
That's a good start. I'd like to have some Buffalo Wild Wings on my fingers.
What too?
Hey, there's golf pro J-Bo Wilson down there. He and Matt Poole. They got done playing 27 today.
He's getting shaggy.
Yeah, he's they played 27 somewhere today.
He's trying to grow that hair for
Would
his
be
band.
remiss if I didn't mention a golfer in my group, Jerry Rainwater, with his 13th career hole-in-one today.
I don't understand that.
13.
I just like to have one ever.
Happened to show up at the right time to get a free soda.
Of course, I hear to have one, you have to play, and I just haven't met that requisite.
There's some sassing going on. Yeah, 13 career hole-in-ones.
Unbelievable. Diamond tee set for the Rams. 1st and 10. Malone, the quarterback, the sophomore, showing some signs of brilliance here, but can't shake the defender in the backfield. It'll be a loss, maybe of a half yard. They might call it no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rams. 11:40 to go in the third. 20-0 Charleston on top.
Also, too, Rams going backwards, and you can tell that as Chester leads Hamco 22-0. You can tell that the Trojans have a little jump in their step. Marion now leads Dunlap 14-7 in the third.
Rams will split left and right. Quarterback is under center. It's Malone.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a loss there on that handoff. The Trojans D-line sniffed that one out. Burrows the ball carrier for a loss. It'll be 3rd and long with 11:05.
Nothing done up front for the Rams right now. Just here, hit me. Handoff, bam. Truck ran through the intersection, and boy, Mount Vernon going towards the shadow of their own goalpost right now. Not good right now. Charleston bouncing here in this second half.
10:45 to play. Third quarter action. J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 3rd and 15 for the Rams from their own 27-yard line, just inside the near hash as they move right to left here in the third quarter. It'll be Dameron split to the right. Tight left side. Nope, they're going to split off Scarborough just a little bit. Diamond tee set. Malone under center. Rutherford, Burrows, Sechrist your backs, and this time it's going to be Malone looking to pass. Righty looking downfield. This one going to be a bit underthrown, but does Rutherford come up with it inbounds?
Must have.
Did, and it's going to be a completed pass. Malone looking good. Rutherford has good hands tonight. He's caught a couple of passes. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams right side of the field.
Maybe Mount Vernon has found something they can use here in this case.
Big completion, 10:19 mark of the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Rams, trailing 20-0. Imperative that they get some points on the opening drive of this second half. Malone has looked good at quarterback tonight. Nick Malone, number 24.
Anybody out in the parking lot tonight? Flash your lights. See if anybody's out there listening. Don't see. Out one. Just one.
Don't really see anybody in the parking lot to our left. Man, shut that down with the closure of the school. That's coming up. Malone will dump it off. Is that picked off inbounds?
Nope.
Out of bounds was the pick, and it'll stay with the Rams. That's a breath of relief for Nick Malone, who had the right idea but just didn't get enough of it away. And 10:19 to play here in the third quarter. It'll stay 10 yards to go, but it'll be 2nd down for the Rams.
Had he gotten that 1 foot down, it would pick to go in the other way, but it was not.
So it'll be a little life lesson for Malone, and we all move on, but there is a flag on the field.
Holding on Mount Vernon. So that'll go back 10 yards.
Did you miss Boneless Thursday? Well, next week, go to Buffalo Wild Wings. All white meat boneless wings, spun in your favorite sauce. Sounds pretty good, right? Every Thursday, they're on special, and they come with great beers on tap and wall-to-wall TVs. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
Holding penalty on Mount Vernon. They're 6-1, and that's been a discipline issue all game long for Mount Vernon.
It's not good for business.
No, it is not. It doesn't help you out when you're trying to make positive things happen.
Diamond T for the Rams. Handoff coming for Brandon Rutherford. He finds some running room. He's at the 40, 45. He's stopped up at about the 46-yard line. He'll get some of that yardage back. Got quite a few yards on the play. About 15 or more, as that will make it heck of a lot less. It'll be about 6 to go.
About 8 yards to go.
About 12 to go.
Greenville's up 30-6 at the half. Comets looking to go 2-0.
So now it'll be.
We have a clock malfunction.
Uh-oh. Clock on or off?
Clock is currently on, but we're going to shut it off and refresh it, if you will.
There's the text comes in, and somebody watching scores as well. It's a lopsided scoring night around Southern Illinois. I mean, you look at the Black Diamond, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 games are shutouts. You look in the South 7, Marion Dunlap is close with Centralia up big. In the River to River, Harrisburg DuQuoin 6-6, Carterville Heron scoreless, and Pinckneyville Frankfort 1 point. Other than that, it's pretty ugly in most parts of the world. However, Effingham leads Jersey at the half 21-14.
20-0 score here. That was a Tony Wilt scoreboard update. Tony Wilt's your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon and Jefferson County. Look for him worldwide at TonyWilt.com. Don't forget to stop in and give him a visit. Pay him a visit, I believe, is the turn of phrase.
I wonder how his golf game is.
There's some trophies laying around places I've seen his name on.
Yeah?
A traveling trophy for some foundation. I'm not sure that it's still supposed to be where I see it occasionally.
So what do we got going on? Clock's on. 9:47. Pena all over Roxana at the half, 49-12.
Pena, another school with a new head coach this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Roxana is a couple years removed from a playoff berth.
They are. The Shells.
Saw them get beat by Carterville in round 2 one day.
So the 9:43 mark is where we are. Clock is in working order. Just had to restart it, reboot it, if you will. Dameron split to the right side. Tight left is Scarborough. The quarterback Malone under center. Brandon Rutherford, former quarterback, will get the carry here, and he'll be tackled for a loss. And that will bring up third down.
Not much there, as they say. It's like Charleston bends, but they do not break. And they're pressuring Mount Vernon. They can take a few more gambles here defensively, being that they're up by 3 scores, 20-0. So you're going to see some guys do some different things. Maybe go for a run blitz, maybe blitz in general, just to kind of make Mount Vernon play a little more up-tempo.
9:03 left in the third. 3rd and 6 is the scenario.
Oh, this is intensity here.
You bet. I think that was back-ordered. 8:53 to go in the third. We know way too much. 20-0 Charleston. Malone looking to pass. He's going to roll. He'll be flushed out. Completes it in the backfield. That one will be Sechrist on the catch. Makes something out of nothing there to make it 4th and manageable.
That's a -5 pass. And Mount Vernon will have to punt.
So now 4th and long for the Rams here with 8:30 to go in the third quarter. Sometimes we all need a fresh start, and at just a fraction of the cost of a 4-year university, Rend Lake College can give you a high-quality head start to transfer to a university without breaking the bank. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. Your journey to video streaming starts at WMIXsports.com. We appreciate RLC for the support. 8:09 left here. 4th and 12, the punt forthcoming. Nice tight spiral, as this will be almost muffed at about the 34-yard line. Good job defensively by the Rams, it looked like.
Bare spot on the field. Slid on that.
That was Scarborough on the tackle. 8 minutes to go. Third quarter action. J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, 20-0 Charleston. And they take over.
Oh, it's good stuff.
On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at WMIX Sports, SoundCloud, Periscope.
Don't go to Gillespie. They're reporting mosquitoes the size of pterodactyls.
Yikes.
That's pretty good. I had to snicker and laugh and report that.
8 minutes left in the third. Charleston with the football. The Rams May have jumped. Could have been Charleston. We'll see what the official call is. There is a flag. It is on the Rams.
One thing about the Rams is they hit their 7th penalty of the night. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Who's that? Oh, it's Mike Leake. Oh, that's Clint Turner. He's got to go to bed. He's got to get up early tomorrow.
He told me what time they're leaving. There's 2 things that turned me off about cross country in high school. Having to get up early and having to run. I admire the kids that are able to do that.
They were running around town last night.
Yes, they were.
An evening run, evening jog.
And now this will be a carry up the right side on 1st and 5 after the offside penalty. It'll be a gain of about 2 off tackle to the right. We haven't talked about the running game in a while for Charleston. That was the fullback Gilbert on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and about 2 or 3 now for the Trojans. Yeah, they go to Granite City tomorrow. The girls won the Murfreesboro Invite on Wednesday. The Rams finished 4th. I know they were not satisfied with that, so Coach assures me that they will do what they can to do better tomorrow, even for getting up early. 2nd and 2 now, 7:23 to go in the 3rd. 20-0 Charleston out of the eye. The handoff will go to the halfback. Frederick to the left side, bounced. Not going to get much on this one. Actually, a loss of 1 or 2. It'll be 3rd and 4. 20-0 Trojans. Trojans looking to return the favor. Rams beat them a combined 68-6 over the past 2 years. That's a 28-0 victory over 2 days in 2014 and a 40-6 lightning-shortened victory last year. Got to make the return trip to Chucktown for football for the first time since the playoffs in 2007. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Single back shotgun set for the quarterback, Justin Wilson. He's looking to pass. Oop. Quick completion to Boyer. Boyer at about midfield has first down yardage. Gain of about 7 or so through the air.
Another quick hitter. It's just like running a football. 4 or 5 yard pass, move the chains, move the downs.
First down at midfield.
6:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. Hunter Schrader with us. Chris Mayberry back at the studio.
Oh, man.
Avery
Need
Barton
to stop.
Wants to know that he wants you to know he's here as well. I was trying to disregard.
Well.
Split left.
Executive producers all over the place tonight.
Yeah. That's no joke. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. This is going to be a nice little handoff coming to Frederick. He'll dive forward to the 49-yard line to make it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now for the Trojans, trying to maintain this 20-0 lead and add to it.
Well, they're marching the football, keeping it out of Mount Vernon's hands, and the clock slowly becoming the 12th man against Mount Vernon.
And now the Trojans looking to bounce to the outside, finding a seam, midfield 45, 44, 43, and that's where the Trojans will be brought down. It did not look like Gilbert.
It's not a pretty start. It's not a pretty offense, but boy, they are taking care of business. Triad's up 21-0 on Collinsville. That's in the 3rd quarter now. So we'll see a 2-0 Collinsville team, or Triad team next week.
Let's get that ball back.
Uh-oh.
3rd and 4 now. Ball is on the Mount Vernon 44-yard line, far hash spot. They're going to split 2 to the right, 1 to the left. The left man is Griffin Green, who had a TD catch earlier. Now 3 to the right, single back now. Just the fullback for the quarterback, Wilson, out of the shotgun. Right-hander looks left. Going to roll to the right. Has a man over the top, but threw behind Ridge Boyer.
Yeah, you had him right open in the middle. There was nobody there. I mean, linebackers were in. The secondary was in other places. And he had him dead to right. If he could have connected, it's a touchdown going the other way. And he threw it behind him. Maybe a misread on how to run the route.
Now it's 4th and 4 for the Trojans. And what will they elect to do here? Ball is on the Mount Vernon 44 on the far hash as Charleston moves left to right. White tops, gold pants.
I think you gotta go for it. I mean, why that here? But then again, the thinking is if you pin Mount Vernon back, they haven't shown threatening offensive lines tonight. Pin them back deep.
As Rutherford will be the return man. He's at about the 10.
Uh-oh.
Pine will be way over the head.
Busted play. If he can get it off.
And now he'll try to get a kickoff, and that one might have been partially deflected. But either way, that may not make it past midfield. Takes a Ram bounce. Good job by the sliding lineman to down it at about the 47-yard line where the Rams will have it 1st and 10.
That helps. Mount Vernon will start inside their Charleston territory on a snap that got over the head. The punter was able to get it off, was very ginger about it. And you wonder with the grass, the bare spots in the field here that have taken over majority of this place this year, that you wonder how slick that dirt is, and that ball gets in there and you can't grab it and you can't set yourself. And that may have helped in Mount Vernon be able to get some good yardage on the punter trying to be too careful.
If you're searching for a new bank, Community First Bank will make the switch easy for you. You'll love one free checking, high-yield interest. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, as the Rams will have it 1st and 10 from the Charleston 47. Split to the right, Dameron. Split to the left side. Scarborough, left slot. Two left in the left slot now. Quarterback is Nick Malone into the ball game. Has played most of this second half, even some of the second quarter. He's looking left. And this one might be underthrown. It's in it for Scarborough, and that one was partially tipped by number 10 in the secondary, Kevin Beard. Close shave for Kevin Beard and Mr. Scarborough that time. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rams, but at least they're looking downfield.
Yeah, cornerback was beat that time, flat beat. And he was able to get a fingertip on that football and knock it away. What could have been a touchdown from Mount Vernon.
I mean, and you could read where that was going from the eyes of the quarterback. Beard just couldn't get there to make got there to make the play. Underthrown somewhat, but still a great effort from the sophomore QB, Nick Malone. Scarborough will come back left. Looks like J.T. McElroy and Brandon Rutherford, two guys split left in the slots to the right. Dameron, single back is Gage Burrows. The quarterback is Nick Malone. 4:30 to play here in the third quarter. Rams trailing 20-zip. Malone takes a snap, inside handoff to Burrows, as that'll get to about the 45, lunges to the 44, 43. Gain of 3 or 4 for Mr. Burrows, number 25, and that.
Centray is up 35-0 over the Potters and Morton at the half.
These two schools got together in the Super Sectional in 2011 in boys basketball.
Well, Nashville's going to make it hard again this week. Massac leads 14-13 in the third. And Mount Vernon, with 4 minutes to go in the third, needs to get something going here.
Scarborough will come left. Looks like they'll load right this time with McElroy, Rutherford, Dameron. Burrows the back for the quarterback, the sophomore Malone. Shotgun and looking left. Throwing left, a heave, overthrown that time. It'll be 4th and 7 with 3:37 left in the third.
Luckily it wasn't offensive pass interference because the receiver knew he couldn't catch it while the ball was in midair. Basically tackled the defender. Could have been offensive pass interference.
Bottom of the hour, WMIX Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcasting. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski. This broadcast of the Mount Vernon Rams presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
At the half, Redbud all over Westland, 40-21. That's a surprise. Redbud looking to go to 2-0 after their win over Pinckneyville at home last week.
Fourth and 7 for the Rams. Going to go for it here from the Charleston 43. The snap out of the shotgun. Malone rolls near side. Going to have to cut back right into the arms of a tackler. It'll be a loss to about the Charleston 48. So a loss of about 9.
Coverage sack. Charleston had everything covered down the field, couldn't throw the pass, and now Charleston would take over on downs, and the Mount Vernon drive stalls that again right around midfield.
And ready.
3:28 to go in the third after the turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Ball on the Mount Vernon 48-yard line between the hashes. Griffin Green will go split left into the left slot. Dawson Armstrong, right slot. This one, Rich Boyer. In motion, Armstrong. And now the snap, it'll be a carry for Frederick up the right side. Goes off tackle, found a seam.
I'll tell you what, if you're Charleston with this lead, I think you give a steady dose of Mr. Frederick. Carterville now up 6-0 on Heron in the third, as Heron trying to not go 0-2 and having to mess with DuQuoin next week.
3 minutes to play in the third. 2nd and 5 for Charleston after the 5-yard gain for Frederick. Split to the right side, 3 to the left. Frederick the back for number 3, the quarterback, Justin Wilson, out of the shotgun set. And now we have a whistle. There is a flag. Wonder if that was going to be our first time out of the night. Broadcasting live from the Buffalo Wild Wings broadcast booth. Your Mountford and Buffalo Wild Wings is where Ram fans gather before and after the game. Just grab your friends and join the tailgate at Buffalo Wild Wings on Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon.
Sounding better and better all the time, actually.
It is, and in fact, if maybe you're making the road trip to Marion or Carbondale, I don't think Marion's open yet, but Carbondale's sister
Carbondale
restaurant. In fact, I was going there back when it was still cool to call it BW3. Back when they weren't still Buffalo Wild Wings and WEC then, but still the common name.
Queso dip and chips would be really good right about now.
I could go for some honey barbecue of anything, as this will be a quick carry for Frederick up the right side. Down to the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Queso dip and chips. Some wings.
You know what? Not for nothing. But if they would bring back Korean barbecue, I'd be the happiest man on the face of the earth.
Fish, tacos. I'd like to see them back.
But I can go for just about anything on the menu that involves chicken.
West Frankfort now up 14-7 on Pinckneyville.
I can go for one of those great selections on tap, too. 3rd and 6. 1:52 to go in the third. Rams down 20-0. Looking for a pass play, and I think they're looking to go deeper slant. And what happened is Boyer got a finger or two on it. Griffin Green was the intended target behind him, and that blew up the play. It'll be 4th and 6. Clock will stop with 1:49 to go. But a flag on the play.
Cecil down 40-0 at the end of 3.
Heard El Dorado's pretty good.
Yeah. Holding the line is taking it to Cecil-Valera, Waltonville, Woodlawn, and the Red Devils next week get to host Johnson City. A tough stretch in the schedule, that's for certain for the Red Devils.
1:49 to play. We're in the third quarter. This broadcast sponsored by Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams. Don't forget one checking. It's free checking, high-yield interest. We'll see those friendly faces. In fact, it's probably a friend or neighbor on staff of your local Community First Bank of the Heartland. They're all local.
Declines.
So they'll go for 4th down.
The 4th down. I'm surprised Charleston with their botched punt while ago may not want to punt, so they're going to go for it. If I was them, I'd pooch punt it, but what do I know? Make Mount Vernon go the distance again. I would not give him this field position.
Now the quarterback
nobody out there
out of shotgun and completes the pass, and this one will be brought down. This receiver, Griffin Green, brought down out of bounds. That one was about the 35. We'll see where the spot is. Favorable spot. It's going to be closer to the 33, and that's going to be a gain of...
He had options, and he had a lot of options there that time, and he could have run for the first down. He could have thrown for the first down because there was nobody over there, and the defender was late, and now Mount Vernon has given up another first down, and Charleston knocking on the doorstep again.
Third quarter, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 1st and 10 for the Charleston Trojans. 20-0 on top. Here comes, rolling to the right side. This is Wilson from out of shotgun and finds over the middle. I'm not sure if Mr. Boyer held on to it, but he stumbled with it and was able to hang on and completed pass gain of a few.
Technically, you're not supposed to make those passes throwing across grain, but somehow he did there and gets at least 5 yards, just like running the football. And again, it's Charleston making the plays, little or small, big, moving the ball down the field.
So now the Rams defense on the field after that 4th down conversion. Only a 3-yard gain there. 2nd and 7 for the Trojans, up 20-0. They're going to flush out Wilson. He rolls to the right side, drops the football, and the Rams come up with it. Just shy of the 45. It'll be at the 43-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10. What a great play defensively for the Rams. I thought I saw DeMarcus Craig in on that one. He's going to get the glad hands on the sideline.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, that does so much for momentum and get things going. And, man, oh, man, Mount Vernon needed that in the worst way. Now you got to put some points on the board. Let's see, bottom line. Put some points on the board.
At their own 42-yard line.
53.1 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Rams in the third quarter, trailing 20-0. Ball is on their own 42.5. Split to the left side. We got here whistle to blow the play in.
Yeah.
Split left, tight right. Diamond T set for Mount Vernon. Malone the handoff, going to go to Eli Badger. Stuck in the backfield, maybe a no-gainer if he's lucky. It'll be second down with 45 seconds left here in the third. The Rams are still looking for their first score of the year. Scoreboard updates tonight and every night are presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent at Mount Vernon. TonyWilt.com. Get to a better state with State Farm. Rams just love to get to a state of offense here, trailing 20-0. Right hash spot at the 42, second and 10. And now for the Rams. Looking to get this play off here, second and 10, late in the third. 9 seconds remain. Quarterback Malone under center. And he is going to roll. Looking deep downfield. Has Burrows wide open at the 30. He'll grab it. 20, 15, 10, 5. Brought down inside the 5-yard line as time expires. That is going to be a gain roughly of 58 yards or more. Actually about 50. Sorry, that'd be a touchdown. About 55 yards or so, depending upon the spot of the football. But a big gain. Wide open was Burrows. Beat the defender back. What a find by Nick Malone. Connects with Gage Burrows, and that's how the third quarter will end. The Rams still trail 20-0, but they're deep inside the red zone when we come back. It'll be first and goal for the Rams. It's 20-0 Charleston. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Downs, Vice President of Agricultural Lending with Community First Bank. Operating your farm operation is extremely challenging in today's farm economy. Your operation needs a solid partner that understands the issues you face while providing solutions that make sense for you. At Community First Bank, we're dedicated to meeting the needs of local farmers just like you. Give me a call today at 618-244-3000 to see how we can help with your farming operation. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Train for an exciting career in the biomedical electronics field with a new degree from Ren Lake College. Biomedical electronics technicians repair and maintain medical equipment in hospitals, doctors' offices, and other facilities. Courses and internships will get you experience with multifaceted medical equipment. If you've got the technical ability and want to join the expanding healthcare field, contact RLC today at advising@rlc.edu or log on to rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Well, the Mount Vernon Rams closed out the third quarter in a big way. Nick Malone connected with Gage Burrows for a deep bomb downfield. It'll be first and goal from the 5, so it ends up as about a 53-yard completion through the air, and for the Rams, sets them up first and goal, 5-yard line to open up the fourth quarter. Mount Vernon trails 20-0 if you just tuned into the broadcast. If you're watching at WMIXsports.com, well, the scoreboard's with you the entire time. Far hash spot as we start the fourth, left to right for the Rams, looking for their first score of the season. First and goal, Malone under center, Diamond T set double tight. And now here comes to the left side. Burrows will run, looking for some running room. Can't find it. Stuffed by the defensive line, and it'll be second and goal now for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, nothing there. A lot of white jerseys. Nobody bunted.
Got to come away with some points here, I feel. We feel.
Yeah, if you don't score here, it's not good.
So it'll be second and goal, and officially from the 5. Far hash spot. Goal line set for both of these two teams, I would assume. Rams, a little bit of a long huddle. It was a loss of 1 on that previous play. My apologies. Still second and goal from the 6. Far hash, Malone under center. Diamond T double tight. He is looking to pass, rolls to his left side, dumps one off over the top. Does he hang on? It was in the end zone. Incomplete. It was intended for J.T. McElroy, I believe. Almost had it, and it's 3rd and 6 for the Rams. Great play call, though. Did find McElroy over the middle open. Just could not hang on. Community First Bank of the Heartland has one checking, free checking, high-yield interest as the Rams look for a high-yield play. 3rd and 6. Make that 3rd and goal from the 6. 11:03 to play in the fourth quarter, trailing 20-0. As the Rams look for their first points of 2016. Off to the right side is split Hollywood Dameron. Malone is under center. And now Malone will pitch it to the right side, and this one, Mattoon wraps their arms around the ball carrier Burrows, and he, I think, got inside the 5 at least, maybe down to the 2 or 3. It'll be 4th and goal.
Well, a lot of things can happen here.
Yeah,
Mount Vernon needs points. You have to score here.
And for Charleston, if you come up with a stop here,
the defense for Charleston, as quick as they have been to the ball, Mount Vernon needs to get some misdirection going or something.
And now they will call a timeout to talk it over. This timeout is presented by First Mid-Illinois Bank and Trust. Stop by their location at the corner of 34th and Broadway to talk to Dwayne Goley about your next home loan. First Mid is an equal housing lender. 20-0 is the Ram deficit here, but threatening with 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. A 55-yard completion to Gage Burrows set it all up. Nick Malone was the quarterback, still is, as the Rams will come out of the timeout again. 4th and goal from the 3. 10:35 left in the 4th quarter, trailing 20-0, but gotta score. Must score here.
Have to. I mean, there's a lot of things riding on this. Not this only this game, but it's confidence as you head into the rest of the year. If you don't score here, you have to wonder, it starts creeping your back of your minds, or how are we going to score if you're Mount Vernon?
Rams emerge from the timeout, huddle on the sideline. Malone, the quarterback, surrounded by Isaiah Dameron, Gage Burrows, Brandon Rutherford, J.T. McElroy. Scarborough, the other tight end. Malone will be under center. 4th and goal from the 3. 10:35 left in the 4th. Rams looking for their first score of the year. It'll be a handoff, and looking to get inside. Does Mattoon shut him out? Rams say they're in, and that's the first score of the year for the Mount Vernon Rams. A 3-yard touchdown scamper as they were able to break through Charleston. As J.T. McElroy comes up with the Rams' first points of the year, and it's 20-6.
Well,
that's a big break.
In the worst way, that was barely. He had to stick the nose of the football over the end zone, and McElroy scores, and the Rams are on the board in 2016.
That is huge for the Rams. McElroy getting the start tonight for Mark Goodhart's team, and now Fitzgerald's is on for the point after attempt. The left-footed Jeremiah Fitzgerald's. Kick is up, and it is no good to the left. I thought it went through, but they have a better look than I do, and it's going to stay 20-6. If your bank has changed names again, remember, it's not you, it's them. Community First Bank believes in faithful relationships, a stable bank you can trust. Community First Bank, serving Jefferson County since 1906.
Well, a little something. Maybe Mount Vernon goes on side here, tries something a little different.
Signs of life, anyhow, and I think that's all you can ask for.
That's all you can ask for in this situation, and Mount Vernon now in the ball game, at least down 2 scores. You got to get points. You got to have something positive on the board. Mount Vernon has that right now. Johnson City up 41-0 in the 3rd. So that game's going to go by the boards quick. Cessna down 40-0. It's a blowout night in the Diamond. Carmi up 26-7 on Edwards County. Chester up 22-0 on Hamilton County. Fairfield over to CZR 62-6. El Dorado on SVWW 40-0. And then it's El Dorado, or I should say Johnson City over VG 41-0. So another blowout night in the Diamond.
The Trojans will send 2 guys back deep, but will it get that far? $10:29 to go in the 4th quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 when the Trojans have the football, and it will not be onside. Picked up at the 30. 40. May not need that first down to midfield. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Dawson Armstrong can't be beat. He returns it for a score, and it's 26-6.
And that was quick. Breakdown in special teams coverage, about 70 yards. And that takes the air out of the balloon. And Charleston back up on top. Just that quick, 11 seconds later, by 3 scores.
On for the point after. is Tanner Coffey for the Trojans. Looking to make it a 27-6 game. 10:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. As Dawson Armstrong strikes again, but this time from the kickoff return. As we await that 11th man. There they go. So with 10:18 to go in the fourth, the point after attempt is on its way, and it is good. It's 27-6.
Well, that takes the air out of the proverbial balloon. Just about the time you were feeling pretty good, felt like you're back in the game, special teams jumps up. And the Rams now have to dig themselves back out of the hole again.
10:18 to play. Fourth quarter action, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, 27-6. It's the Charleston lead over the Rams. Rams head to Triad next week. Charleston, I believe, welcomes Centralia. No, they have the Orphans, and I believe, well, the Orphans started with 2 at home, so they're bound to go on the road next week.
Centralia gets to travel to Charleston. They'll see the Trojans next week.
Rams travel to Triad for their first road tilt. It'll be the Rams and Knights right here. 6:30 your pregame, 7 o'clock your opening kick. And right now, here comes a 10:18 in the fourth quarter kick after the kickoff return for a score. And the Rams have Jeremiah Franks and Hollywood Dameron back to return at about the 7-yard line. Coffey on to kick off. And it'll come to the left side, end over end at about the 10-yard line. Picked up by Franks. He'll high step to the 20, now to the 25. Trying a spin move, push back to the 23-yard line. I think that's where the spot will be, is at the 23, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. With 10:11 to go in the fourth quarter, 27-6. Trojans enjoying a 21-point lead over your Mount Vernon Rams, but we saw the Rams move the football a little bit there. That last drive, we'll see if they can do it again. Special teams will check out. The offense will check in. Eli Badger in. He'll be one of the backs along with Brandon Rutherford. Quarterback Nick Malone. Tight ends look like Dameron. McElroy, another back. He'll go slot. Right slot will be Rutherford. Right split will be Dameron. Quarterback is in his shotgun. This is Nick Malone. Quick pass on a slant, and that was intended for Gage Burrows, split left. And that one was tipped by, it looked like a defensive end. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Rams. 10:07 to go in the fourth.
Sesser loses 40-0. Of course, that 40-point lead, the clock was moving quicker than usual. So the Red Devils dropped to 1-1 with Johnson City coming into town next week.
Out of the shotgun, single back set for the sophomore Nick Moore. 2 left, 2 right. 10:07 to go in the fourth. 2nd and 10 from the Mount Vernon 23. Uh-oh. Trouble on the handoff, flag on the play, and the handoff was to Eli Badger. Charleston recovered the fumble, but there's a flag.
Well, it's not. It's a marker of the ball.
Oh, I thought I saw yellow flag. I'm sorry.
It was the old marker flying up. It's brand new in week 2, from the way it looked. And right now, the Rams turn it over, and Charleston again has the short field.
Let's see if the Rams defense can come up with a stop. 27-6. 10:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. Charleston with the football. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 15. Ball spotted between the hashes. They will move right to left. Out of the eye this time. Split right, 2 left. Armstrong will be in motion for Charleston. And now this is a quick handoff. Frederick in the backfield. Tripped up. Tackle for loss unless he gets that dive back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down for the Trojans here as the clock drops below the 10-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Rend Lake College presents our streaming. Log on to rlc.edu. See how you can save thousands on your collegiate education. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here, and we have a Ram down on the field. Hope that he is okay. Of course, the Rams lost Tajay Gibson to injury last week.
Hope he's on the mend.
Yep. Saw some updates on social media. And so they will tend to the Ram down on the field. 9:42 to go in the fourth quarter, 27-6 ball game. We'll see who's in and who's out after this little stoppage in play. 27-6, Charleston on top. 9:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show coming up at the end of this one. We'll have your stats. We'll also have your 3 stars of the game tonight. I have a few picks in mind. See if we agree. We'll also have a scoreboard if I didn't already say that in stats. It's all coming up on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show, but plenty of football to be had with 9:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A brief stoppage in play.
Benton over. These are all into the third quarter scores. Benton over Sparta 49-0. Harrisburg leads DuQuoin 13-6. Heron over Carterville 7-6. Frankfurt over Pinckneyville 14-7. Massac over Nashville 14-13. AJ over Murfreesboro 14-7.
Scores are presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent, as the injured Ram is walking off with some assistance. Hope that he is okay.
And here comes Charleston hopping off that sideline, ready to go. Could it be 2-0 Charleston, 2-0 Centralia? Uh-oh. One of the coaches from Waterloo has been ejected from their game with Columbia.
Hope that Devontae Tate is okay. Been a lot of ejections in 2016 thus far. Would you believe if I told you Dawson Armstrong in motion, looking for a flag route, fade in that far corner of the end zone. Do they come up with it?
Yep.
He caught the football. He was in, and that is going to be a completed pass. Forgive me. I think that was number 8, Ridge Boyer. I can't see the number from all that way.
I think it was as well. 15-yard touchdown pass. They take advantage.
That's 33-6. 9:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Charleston will try the PAT. They, sir, have a passing game.
They have a little 1-2 punch, and it kicks hard. Fairfield beats CZR 62-6. Mules are 2-0, and host Fox is to go to 3-0 next week, possibly.
Kick is good, 34-6 now. That's a great effort off of the edge by the Rams trying to get the block, but just didn't get there in time. So they will have the football with, again, 9:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buffalo Wild Wings, a great place to go before and after the game. Stop by your Mountford and Buffalo Wild Wings. Hang out with all your Rams fans. They're on Potomac Boulevard in Mountford. And don't forget those wing specials on Monday and Thursday. Maybe you go for the boneless special. Start that tailgate a day early. Been known to do that before. Been known to post-game, pre-game and post-game.
All kinds of things. Our friend Scott Meese always asks me where our pre-game, pre-show meeting or pre-game meeting is always at. That Buffalo Wild Wings comes up.
Typically.
Yep.
9:35 left. Charleston a kick. Franks and Dameron back to return. Franks the near man. He in those matching orange shoes, socks, gloves. Dameron the far man. He'll take a step back to about the 4. Now back up to the 5. We'll see if it gets there off of the foot of the kicker, Tanner Coffey. And he will drive this one into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams will have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line with 9:33 to play here in the fourth quarter. 34-6 Charleston the score. We'll talk with Coach Mark Goodhart tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show. We'll also talk John Shadowin, Cesar-Valere, Waltonville, Woodlawn Red Devils.
Rachel Schwartzkopf, Cesar-Valere, Waltonville Volleyball, as well as Sarah Lomchick, Woodlawn Volleyball. Todd Rushing, sports correspondent for football, will join us as usual. 2 more coaches will get along the way. Carlisle Now up 30-26 on Freeburg in the third quarter. That game will get done about midnight.
Carlisle trying to shake off that loss to Nashville last week. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun for the Mountford and Rams here. Nick Malone looking downfield. That's a one-handed bat and a good one from the left hand up number 28. That was a good play defensively for Kevin Reddish again. He's got his hand in there a few times tonight. Good luck to the Mountford and Lady Rams volleyball team at the Carbondale preview tomorrow. Tough loss to West Frankfort last night. They're now 1-1 on the year.
Dogs Harrisburg lead 16-6 over DuQuoin in the fourth. That's on the road in Perry County at the Sleeping Giant.
More and more Tony Wilt scoreboard updates rolling in. We'll have a complete final one coming up on our Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. 9:29 to be had here in the fourth quarter. 34-6 Trojans. But the Rams will stay out of the shotgun. They'll go 3 right, 1 to the left. Single back set here, down 28, but showing promise with this offensive set. Malone calls for the snap. He's looking for a pass out in the flat, but I think the route might have been misread. Burroughs trying to claim that he might have been held, but falls incomplete.
Charleston had a 17-game losing streak going into last week. They won last week, looking like they could win this week, and Mount Vernon will now go, a calendar year without a win. Correct?
Yes, sir.
If they cannot come back. AJ now up 22-7 on Murphy in the fourth. On the road, and AJ next week goes to Massac. And Murphy will have to get a win at Carterville, so the Devils in danger of going 0-3.
Malone back to pass, looking left side this time, deep downfield, and that one's going to be picked off by Kevin Beard. He's going to try to return it. He's at midfield, 45, 40, 35. He has some speed back to the 25, down inside the 25 to about the 23. It'll be outside the red zone.
Intercepted by Kevin Beard. He returns it down to the Mount Vernon.
At least I hope I read the number right.
Where it'll be 1st and 10 Trojans.
But either way, a great return off of the pick. And Charleston, another opportunity to add some points. 9:12 to play in the fourth quarter off the Mountford and turnover.
Probably going to keep it on the ground as much as possible, I would say, just to get the clock running and get out of Mount Vernon at 2-0. 21 all, Marion. Dunlap, 4:44 left in that one. Ryan Gadiski keeping us updated on that one.
Wilson under center, keeps the ball on the ground as predicted. Franklin still on his feet, gets inside the 10. Went up the right side that time, gets a gain of about 14. It'll be maybe 1st and goal. He might have been inside the 10. So he's going to get about 15 on the play, if that's for Bryce Frederick.
That's pretty good. Steve Spatansky checking in. Yeah, that's scary enough. I think we'd have to let Bernard in there on that one. Not sure.
8:56 to play in the fourth quarter. 34-6. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Single back set out of the shotgun for the Trojans. Wilson, the quarterback, leading this team. 34-6 to score. Off the far hash, and Wilson may have just dialed his own number. Past the line of scrimmage, maybe dove to about the 7 or 8. Maybe gain a 1 or 2. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they're gonna
2nd and goal.
What they should do, if you are Charleston, you should get the play in and run that clock down, the 25-second clock down to about 3 seconds left, and snap the ball each time. That way, you can run that clock and get out of here with a win and leave very little time left on the clock for Mount Vernon.
2nd and goal for the Rams from the for the Trojans, sorry, from the 9-yard line. Handoff up the middle.
Yep.
Got it about the 5-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Trojans under the 8-minute mark here. Fourth quarter action from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 34-6 the Trojan lead. The Rams did score their first points of the season here tonight. They'll let the time roll off the clock. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams on WMIX. From football to volleyball to basketball to baseball and softball, they're with us year-round. here at WMIX Sports. Some subs into the game. I formation, split left, split right. 7:26 to go in the fourth. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Far hash spot. This one's going to go up the middle, and it looks like into the end zone go the Trojans.
No signal yet. Now it is.
The ball carrier I'm trying to follow. There's a new number. That looked like maybe 25 or 26.
Well, we'll go.
Well, they don't have a 25.
26.
Might have been 28.
McDonald.
Either way, it's a 5-yard scamper, and it's 40-6 Trojans. We'll try to make it 41-6 with the PAT here. 7:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Coffee is after the point after. And now this one looks like it is going to sneak inside the far upright. 41-6, Trojans on top. 7:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Rams can definitely maybe show us some things here on this upcoming drive, whether that be with starters or subs. Get some kids some experience. We'll see what they do. It's a pleasure to be here with you night in and night out. I'm Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. This is WMIX Mount Vernon. Also on W243AV FM, 96.5. 7:16 to go. Rams trail by 35 tonight. Probably not the average spread you want night in and night out, but a learning experience, and we have seen some decent things develop in the second half for the Rams offensively. Rams will send Franks and Dameron to return inside the 5-yard line. Coffee got every bit of it his last time and drove the Rams into the end zone for a touchback.
Now, the thing about Charleston is when Mount Vernon's turned the football over, they've been able to cash it in for points. And the night has been long for the Rams.
So we await the impending kickoff with 7:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at WMIX Sports. We'll have a scoreboard later tonight, WMIXsports.com. From the 14, Gage Burrows trying to make his way up the middle, gets to the 30. Nice field position at the 32-33. Rams will have it 1st and 10. 7:11 to play in the fourth, trailing 41-6. But looking to make some things happen. We'll see if they can make it a little bit closer as this one rolls along.
It'll be 1st and 10 Mount Vernon at their own 32-yard line.
And Benton beat Sparta 49-0.
Good bounce back win for the Rangers.
Rangers could be 2-1. They go to Pinckneyville next week. Shouldn't have any problems there.
Under center will be Malone. This will be an inside handoff going up the middle. Gage Burrows gets to about the 38. Gain of 5. We'll cut it in half. 2nd and 5 for the Rams. We drop below the 7-minute mark. Here in the fourth quarter, 41-6 Charleston if you just tuned into the broadcast. Rams will be at Triad next week. We will make the trip. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Right here, WMIX, video at WMIXsports.com to the best of our knowledge. Double tight diamond T for the Rams. Malone the QB under center, 2nd and 5. Ball on the 38-yard line near hash. Left to right they move. Rutherford will get the carry. Goes off tackle. Finds some running room to the 48, maybe the 49. Gain of 11, 1st and 10. Clock will pause as they move the chains with 6:28 to play. So the Rams still trying to implement the diamond T and did so that time.
Triad up 34-7 on Collinsville. So the Rams will see undefeated Knights next Friday in Troy. It's a good little spot to eat. We got our favorite there.
6:14 to go in the fourth. And now Malone rolling to pass to the right side. Shows some poise. Had it right in the hands of Brandon Rutherford. And I think old Red out there looked ahead in the field thinking he had it, was going to try to see what he could do to hit pay dirt. We all have done it a time or two. Falls incomplete. Clock stops. 6:05 to play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rams. But you add the dynamic that Rutherford as a running back and receiver has added since Malone has come in at QB.
Heron's going to end up beating Carterville tonight 7-6.
Wow. You figure that'd be defense
Carmi
optional.
is going to win 38-14 over Edwards County. Carmi 2-0, host El Dorado in that battle.
Downfield for Franks, just overthrown from Malone. Falls and completed about the 20-yard line. 3rd and 10 for the Rams, 6:02 left. Up that right side, it dropped right about the 2 and the 20. Franks tried to outstretch to come up with it and just couldn't get it. If the Rams can find a rhythm in that passing game, that could be a tumultuous method of attack offensively. 6:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still a 41-6 score. Charleston on top. They'll roll to 2-0. Rams will drop to 0-2. But let's see here. Malone under center. Same diamond T set. Double tight for the Rams. Franks on the right. And this is going to be Burrows on the, Rutherford to carry. Finds running room. Breaking to the outside. First down and more. 40 to the 45. We'll see where the spot is going to be. The spot looks like it's about the 43-yard line. So that'll be first down yardage for the Rams.
Frankfurt beats Pinckneyville 21-14.
5:54 mark of the fourth here. Rams trailing by 35, but looking to make this one a little more aesthetically pleasing. Out of the doubles. Diamond T, double tight. Let's see this carry. This one will be Burrows. Lunges forward on a dive, hangs onto the football, past the 35, down to about the 32. Probably give him a gain of 4 on that.
Nashville loses at home 14-13.
Ooh.
To Massac County. Or Massac County.
I heard where you're going there.
Yeah. So Panthers lose at home. Nashville loses at home. Heron wins at home.
Clock continues to roll. 5:10 left. 41-6 Trojans. Rams with the football. Near hash spot. 32-yard line in Charleston territory. Out of the Diamond T set. Malone under center. Handoff coming up the gut. This is going to be Gage Burrows. Some running room. Tripped up. No. Stays on his feet past the 20 down to the 15. It's first down yardage for number 25, Gage Burrows.
He's having a pretty good game. Might be star of the game.
Could be. We'll have our 3 stars of the game coming up in our Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game report. 4:55 left to go.
Athens beat Porter tonight 50-6. I like keeping track of those scores. Greenville beat Piasaw 50-6.
I'm glad you do, because we'll have them all on our website tonight.
Tuscola's beating Seminary 69-8.
Handoff coming. Burrows again. Gets to the 10. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Rams. 4:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. See if they can punch another one in here and make it a little bit closer. Malone comes to the sideline for some instruction. Looks like Burrows and Scarborough will check out. Trey Sharp will check in. I thought I saw Camonte Craig check in. Diamond T for the Rams. Malone will hand off. This is going to be Rutherford. Finds some running room. Can he get to the outside? Sneak in that corner of the end zone. Does he have it? He's in for the score. Rutherford with the 10-yard touchdown scamper. And the Rams have their second score of the night. It's 41-12.
Yeah, Rutherford in the running. He's kind of...
I like where he's at right now.
Yeah, might be a better option for Mount Vernon to put him there.
Got to keep that senior leadership on the field.
Carlisle's up 36-34 with about 3 minutes to go. As that game continues to go back and forth. Actually, that's third quarter. So if you're in Carlisle or headed that way, you can get some free football in. Marion's up 28-21 with 4 to go.
Jaden Lacey is still there.
In his 12th year.
Rams going for 2. It's Rutherford. Will he be the fantasy stud of the night for the Rams as he picks up 2 more points?
Centray is going to win. He's either up 49-0.
So 41-14 after Rutherford punches in the 2-point conversion. That's an interesting new dynamic, new wrinkle for this Ram offense. 3:52 left to go in the fourth. 41-14 as let's see the Rams, what they do on the kickoff with 3:52 left, and oh my.
AJ beats Murphy 22-15. Big win for Brett Dietering.
Sorry.
Can't do that one.
I can't unsee that.
Well, I can't post that one. That'd be not good for us.
That's awesome.
Certain things you got to stay away from. But, boy, it's funny. I can't do anything with it.
Let's just put it this way. The crying Jordan meme just took on a new dynamic.
Yeah, Mike Matheny.
41-14 here. Rams, I really like what I've seen here.
They'll be okay. Mount Vernon will be just fine. Columbia beats Waterloo 27-10. Big win for Scott Horner, winning Battle of Monroe County.
3:52 left. Fourth quarter action. 41-14 is the score. Rams are going to drop to 0-2, but we've learned a lot about this team in the process as far as some new faces and new places.
Yeah.
Kind of a different look tonight. Got to like what you see over the second half at least. I know some turnovers have led to some more points for Charleston, but man, if you take away some of the positives here, there's some building blocks. Fitzgerald's will kick off, and this one we'll get to about the 35. It'll die in the dirt, and Charleston will leap at it and maintain possession with 3:50 left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Community First Bank of the Heartland is our official voice on WMIX Sports. Appreciate them for their support year long.
Hard to have bragging rights in picking games tonight. I beat somebody of local hoops leadership.
Nice.
Yep. I was 2-0. He was 0-2 in the 2 games we picked to go against each other. Redbud's giving Westland trouble, 46-21 late. Charleston, if they're smart, they'll run the football, run this baby out. And go up back Chucktown. Happy. Effingham, Jersey. Effingham leads 35-34.
Timeout presented by First Mid-Illinois Bank and Trust, your one-stop financial resource. In addition to banking services, First Mid also offers wealth management and insurance. Stop by and see them at the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. 41-14 here, 3:50 left in the fourth quarter.
And Mount Vernon right now calls that timeout to get everything set. I don't mean to ruin your evening.
41-14 score.
Redbud Laskin 46-21 now. Triad wins 34-7 over Collinsville, so the Knights are 2-0, waiting for the Rams.
$3:50 left to go on the fourth. 1st and 10.
Mount Zion and Highland tied at 21. Highland playing the squeaker games to open the year. Tie games, close games. And now Charleston after the Mount Vernon timeout. Come back. That was the Breakfast Club.
No, I've seen that cat.
Yeah, I was like
15 times already.
Hey, I've been paying attention to the game.
3:50 to go. Well, I guess looks at me every time. You know how that freaks me out.
Alney
3:45 to play.
Alney leads Red Hill 23-14. I saw, Breakfast Club.
No, that's not AMH. 3:39 to go on the fourth. 41-14 Charleston, and no gainer on that run up the middle.
Harrisburg wins 16-6 over 2 going.
Charleston reserve split left and right. Alex Sweeney is split left. I formation for the Trojans. New quarterback is Seth Higgins, and this carry will go up the gut, dancing dangerously with a first down. Gain of about 5 for the ball carrier, who is, I believe that was Jacob Albert. 2:59 to play in the fourth. 41-14 Trojans. Brings up 3rd and 1.5. Sweeney split to the left side. Split to the right as well. Be the I formation for Seth Higgins and the Trojans. Higgins is under center with 2:35 to go. And the Rams may stuff this one on third down. It'll bring up 4th and short for the Trojans. Good job by the Ram defenders. Zach Tobin, Chase Belangi all in. Mason Johnston. 2:15 to play in the 4th. Johnston and Wyant will check out.
Let's see what they got.
Well, left and right out of the eye for Charleston. 1:52 to play in the ball game. 41-14 Trojans, and this one going to go right up the middle. Another handoff. This time across midfield between the hashes. It'll be a gain of about 8. It'll move the chains for Charleston. They lead it by 27. Going to roll to 2-0 to start the year. So you go from 17-game losing streak to 2-0 in 2016. Not a bad turnaround.
Nope, that's good for Charleston.
It is possible. Saw the Rams go 0-9 and then turn around into a playoff team. As now another carry up the middle. Gets about 5 between the hashes, 45, 44-yard line. Maybe not about 5, a little liberal. That's probably closer to 3 or 4. 1:20 to play in the ball game. Trojans 41, Rams 14. All of the action is presented by Community First Bank at the Heartland. We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show coming up. We'll have your scoring and stats. We'll also have a scoreboard. And your 3 stars of the game, all still to come. About 4 minutes away with a minute to play here in the 4th quarter. We're under that minute mark now. A splitting to the left side for Charleston is Dayton Black. Sweeney to the opposite side. Out of the I formation for Seth Higgins and the Trojans. Taking their time, letting the play clock wind down. And it's another inside handoff right up the middle near hash, down at about the 35, 33-yard line. The ball carrier is Nick Sweeney that time. 36.5 seconds left to go. Clock pauses while the chains move.
Let's see. Taylorville beats East Altonwood River 45-6. They have Rantoul next week. So Taylorville is going to be 3-0. And Marion and Dunlap keep smacking each other around. It's 28 all with minutes to go in that one.
25 seconds left. Out of the I formation for the Trojans. They lead at 41-14. Here comes the snap, handoff, off tackle to the right side, brought down at about the 30, and that should do it. Albin the ball carrier. Gain of about 5.
Albin the ball carrier.
Single digits on the clock. And that is going to be your final score. It is the Charleston Trojans 41, the Mountford and Rams 14. We'll take a break. We will come back and talk about it on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Bobby, you're here again.
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here and here.
Introducing the new beat-up fast break lunch menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
With the Lincoln Summer Sales event in full swing, it is your chance to save thousands. Hi, Roy Schmidt with Ford Square, Mount Vernon. Now is your chance to own the full-size, ultra-luxurious 2015 Lincoln Navigator at $7,500 off of MSRP, plus 0% financing for 72 months. When looking for luxury, style, and comfort in a full-size SUV, Lincoln Navigator is the only choice. The 2015 Lincoln Navigator offers comfortable seating for 8 and amenities you will only find in a Lincoln. Navigator is designed to inspire, from the Bridge of Weir premium leather seating, superior ride and handling, to the twin-turbo 3.5 EcoBoost engine capable of hauling up to 9,000 pounds. Experience your Lincoln Navigator right here at Ford Square, Mount Vernon, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, or call us at 618-242-8600 or shop online at FordSquare.com.
The Minor League in Salem is the area leader in screen printing and embroidery. Minor League prides itself on being responsive to customer needs. Are you in need of custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, or even hats? The Minor League can handle any volume, and they offer the best price and quality. What about medals, plaques, or trophies? They are the fastest in the industry, getting you what you need. Visit minorlg.com today or call 548-8040 for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Minor League, 115 West Main, Salem.
Ever feel like you're paying your bank to be there for you? Hi, I'm Debbie Ashby with Community First Bank, and we believe being chosen as your financial partner is a privilege. That's why we still offer free checking with free debit cards and free online banking and bill pay for your convenience. No hassles, no hoops to jump through, just your local hometown bank being there for you. Stop by one of our 5 Jefferson County locations today to see the Community First difference and let us welcome you back to personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show right here, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon, or online at schmidtchevrolet.com, or you can schedule your service appointments online. 41-14, the Charleston Trojans win it tonight over your Mount Vernon Rams. We have plenty to talk about on this Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Just not yet. 41-14, the final. We'll come back. We'll talk about this one. We'll have your scoring and stats all coming up after this. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
The Cadillac XT5 replaces the SRX, and they've really made unbelievable improvements on this vehicle. The interior, the exterior, ride and drive, it handles, it's quiet. Cadillac competes with BMW, Mercedes, Audi. They've got the product now, and it's really a great time to be a Cadillac dealer, and we'd love to have a chance to show you what we can offer.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Hi, this is Steve Downs, Vice President of Agricultural Lending with Community First Bank. Operating your farm operation is extremely challenging in today's farm economy. Your operation needs a solid partner that understands the issues you face while providing solutions that make sense for you. At Community First Bank, we're dedicated to meeting the needs of local farmers just like you. Give me a call today at 618-244-3000 to see how we can help with your farming operation. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show continues. Mount Vernon Rams start 0-2. A loss to the Charleston Trojans tonight by the score of 41-14. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo, and I really feel like there was much improvement in the second half, but the stats will still tell us a lot in this one.
Yeah, a lot of improvement, a lot of stuff going on, and for the Rams, it's one of those deals where the stats really don't tell what the score was, I don't think. I mean, the first downs, Charleston had 14, Mount Vernon 12. Key in the department was Mount Vernon's turnovers was 6, Charleston had 2. And then the penalties, Mount Vernon had 7 for 70, Charleston 2 for 20. So the discipline aspect of it, not too many penalties and too many turnovers from Mount Vernon. There's some chatting going on between Rams and Charleston down below. For rushing department, Mount Vernon 105, Charleston 91. Passing, Mount Vernon 103, Charleston 157. And the total, Mount Vernon 208, Charleston 248 as the Rams lose tonight 41-14.
That's your final score. We'll have more final scores from around the area. We'll also have your we'll have your 3 stars of the game coming up and your Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. It's all straight ahead on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. 41-14 the final. The Mount Vernon Rams fall tonight here at home. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Tee it up and drive to Renly College Golf Outlet. From beginners to scratch golfers, they have the latest technology from all the major manufacturers. Balls, gloves, clubs, accessories, they have it all and can even re-grip and fit your current clubs. Take a few practice swings at the driving range or the indoor simulator. Don't forget golf lessons or a gift certificate, perfect for the golfer on your list. RLC Golf Outlet in the Renly College Marketplace off of Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon or rlcgolfoutlet.com.
People's National Bank has the best of both worlds. Big bank products offered from your local family-owned community bank. Products like free checking, online banking, personal and business mobile banking, and mobile deposit. People's National Bank has the products and services to meet your personal and business financial needs in today's world. Stop by any People's National Bank branch and ask about any one of these great products. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC, wireless and service fees may apply.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The 3 stars of the game are next.
Well, that probably would have been a good time off the air to discuss our 3 stars of the game here on the Smith Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. Mine are
it's okay. You can
mental
lead. I got an
miscue on
idea
my
who
part.
you're going to pick anyway.
I don't.
think we're in
I
agreement.
do have I have thoughts.
I think Rutherford did well outside in the running game.
Yeah, I really thought he came alive in the second half. I really loved Nick Malone tonight.
Yes.
I feel like they're my 1 and 2 in that case, but the up in the air is the number 3. I mean, we saw a lot of brilliance from Charleston. I mean, you have to give their quarterback a lot of credit for leading the charge, but you know, Griffin Green early was big. Dawson Armstrong was big the bulk of the night. So, I mean, there's some options there from Chucktown as well.
Yep. And I think you got to go with the quarterback for them in that 3rd spot because he was pretty salty from there, giving them an advantage. That's for certain.
Well, there is no doubt about that. And so for his effort, Justin Wilson is our 3rd star of the game for Charleston. Our number 2 star is he started the game at quarterback, finished as a running back, and did a phenomenal job, and that was Brandon Rutherford for the Mount Vernon Rams. And our number 1 star, Nick Malone, the sophomore, took over at quarterback and did a great job of leading the offense in that second half. Those are our 3 stars of the game. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. The Mount Vernon Rams fell tonight 41-14. Bottom of the hour on WMIX Mount Vernon. But, DC, we have one last thing to do before we wrap it up, and that is a Tony Wilt scoreboard.
Black Diamond's basically complete. Carmi beat Edwards County 38-14. Chester over Hamco 44-0. Fairfield over CZR 62-6. And Cessna Walton Beludlon loses Del Dorado 40-0. It is Johnson City all over Vina Goreville 41-7 late 4th. Columbia beats Waterloo 27-10. Breeze Central beat DuPont 40-0. Brian Short of the Breeze Central Cougars will be on our show tomorrow in the 2nd hour. Triad beat Collinsville 34-7, and Mascoutah beat Mattoon 22-16. Benton beat Sparta 49-0. Roxana loses to Pana 69-18. Harrisburg beat DuQuoin 16-6. Heron over Carterville 7-6. Frankfort beat Pinckneyville 21-14. Massac over Nashville 44-13. AJ beat Murphy 22-15. Highland leads Mount Zion 28-21. The 4th. Effingham beat Jersey 35-34. Centralia beat Morton 49-7. Dunlap and Marion are heading to overtime tied at 28. Mascoutah Dow beats Mattoon 22-16. That's kind of an upset of sorts. Moving on, it is Newton all over Casey Westfield 49-6. Civic beats Salem 46-15. And Redbud leads Westcliffe in the 4th 46-27. Freeburg trails Carlisle 44-40 in the 4th. And Olney leads Red Hill 23-20. But Flora beat Robinson 42-0. And Massac beat Nashville 14-13. As somebody said, I said 44. Don't know what I said. May have.
Who knows?
It's a slot machine kind of night for some of these teams. As far as points are scored in blowouts, Black Diamond was blowout city, and the River to River is a little tighter, except for Benton Sparta, and then the South 7 was not very pretty with the 2 games, except for Marion, who's in overtime.
It's been an interesting
Massac
night.
beats Nashville 14-13. How about Massac? That's a surprise.
That's a big win for them.
Rochester beat Glenwood 58-16. Rockets seem to be okay, and Chester beats McLeansboro, Hamilton County, for those of us who know that, 44-0.
Best part is we get to talk about it all tomorrow. We get to put it all on our website later tonight at WMIXsports.com. Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, teacher State Farm agent at Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. Get to a better state with State Farm. Final thoughts tonight. I really thought the first half, well, I mean, it was what it was, but the second half really, I thought we saw a much stronger effort out of the Rams and a great performance.
Yeah, and they're going to need that next week. Well, that fight and the heart and desire they had in the second half, they're going to need it on the road at Triad next week, as Triad's 2-0 and looking pretty sharp here in the first 2 weeks of the season, beating the big boys in Mattoon and Collinsville.
And there we go. Takes care of us tonight, WMIX and WMIXsports.com. We'll be back at it Friday night. From Troy at Triad, it'll be the Rams and Knights, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock will be your kickoff right here. For Danny Czerwinski, for Hunter Schrader, for Avery Barton, for Chris Mayberry, for all of us at WMIX Sports, thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll do it again next Friday night. We'll have the Saturday Sports Show tomorrow after the 8 o'clock news here on AM 940. We hope you'll tune in. So long from the King City.